Welcome back. Sorry for the delay there, guys. We had a few difficulties. We are back for some more AAOL Season 11 Stage 2 Amateur Australian Overwatch Ladder, of course. If you're having technical difficulties like we did a little bit, don't forget about our sponsor, My Republic Gaming. Stay home with the #1 broadband provider for gaming. My Republic offers fixed broadband plans and services that provide ultra-low, ultra-stable latency connections, optimizing your gameplay experience. Enjoy exciting privileges, special gaming offers, and exclusive access to specialized gamer perks. Visit myrepublic.net to check them out. Now, Pat, we're back. We're back finally.
Yes,
what did we see last time? I feel like we're...
Yes, when we got cut off, we just finished up the game between the first map between SuperNova and Mytheon Eidolon. And it seemed to me like, not seemed to me, it seemed to the scoreboard, Eidolon took it pretty convincingly, 0 to 100%. I would just sneak this quick joke in that is the definition of scuffed toast. I wanted to say it, hey. But no, we're back and we are good to roll very soon, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, we were picking out some star players as we got disconnected, and my star player was probably Crustler. He was hitting some pretty nutty shots.
Absolutely. Crustler was on top of his game there, just on the McCree, getting headshot after headshot. We didn't really see many big ults come through, but when you got that mechanical skill, I guess you don't need to have ults to show off with.
Yeah, but then, you could argue that Uwu for you, her barriers were actually pretty clutch when it came to like blocking a shatter, or
True.
Definitely the shots coming from bananas. And then Smammel as well, not being able to build ult quite as fast, I suppose, because of the barrier. So it stopped the occasional thing, but unfortunately they just could not touch the point on the side of SuperNova. So
yeah,
we'll see how the next map goes.
Still not sure what really happened there, considering we saw so many ultimates in Bay and they didn't want to touch point at the very end. Potentially it was just the wall was too scary by Uwu for you. Hard to tell, but hopefully we see a little bit more standing on point by SuperNova.
Yes, maybe it would just be the clutch getting onto point a little bit faster. They were just a touch slower against Eidolon, and it cost them the point and the whole map. So
yeah.
Next one, I would be interested to see if they run the Sim Reaper instead of the Sim Creek. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Absolutely, it all depends on what map we're moving in. It looks like we're moving into, drum roll please, Control Center.
Control Center.
So what do you think we're gonna see on Control Center?
Brawl. Everyone knows this as the Brawl map, and the players' choices of heroes reflect that immediately. We've got the Reinzar Reaper on the side of Eidolon, and then SuperNova running a bit more of a Mei Cree, so that will be a slower tempo to give time for Bananas to hit shots. But of course, you got the Lucio and the Moira. Oh, last second change for Bananas. This is just to get out of point faster, and then he will switch back.
Yep, there we go. We see the McCree, and that difference. Look, the whole team is already up at part of the Control Center. Mei putting a good wall blocking off one of the supports, but baby, she does just manage to get around, and Raiden actually taking out Jargo right there once again. And there goes Smammel. Quick kills once again by the side of Eidolon, especially onto Zargo there, is just giving them so much value. Bananas has taken down Uwu for you, and they're not capping point just yet. We do see Insomnia, she finally jumps onto point, but Raiden's fallen now. That's going to give SuperNova the confidence to start fighting, and we do see them pushing up, Mei spraying her ice. There's already a shatter by Zargo! Oh my gosh, he may have died early! Back with force! What a shatter and a coalescence just to clean up point. Insomnia now just stalling on point, and she's just gonna fall over and try and get as much percentage as possible with 18 on them.
Smammel, my man. He got 3 picks there. I mean, maybe you could argue stolen, but Smammel, they were just able to get into that back line and just harass, as we see. Eidolon just running into them, which you need to with this Reaper.
Oh, a huge shatter! Huge shatter. Bananas responds though with a really good high noon, finishing off Raiden. That push that was gonna look all Eidolon on the board got turned around by a beautiful high noon.
Bananas picking up 5k that fight. That was huge. They only lost a handful of players, so they'll be back in full force for next fight. With Quality looking like, I reckon they will use their ult for next fight, just really stalling out. But Artemis, really early pick on Uwu for you. That is such a good pick. That's so much damage gone. And will they rush into Eidolon here? They've got, oh, here we go.
Zargo said yes. Zargo pushed and we see down barrier and Blizzard in the background, but the Blizzard doesn't connect onto anyone. Krustler getting the value onto Zargo right there. Stake too good now, finishing off May. That's going to be devastating for SuperNova as they do fall back to point, just hoping the rest of their team can get back and stall out this this point. But realistically, they're already pushed all the way off. Zargo is now back and out comes the grab by Stake too good. Raiden misses the charge and sound barrier comes through. Raiden just responds with a shatter onto Smammel, killing Smammel, and that Death Blossom by Krustler finishes off that fight beautifully.
Beautifully. Unfortunately, Quality just threw their ult a little too far. And what was that pick? Raiden, nice little kill onto Quality there. That would just stall some more percentage for them. Anyway, as I was going to say, yeah, unfortunate May place for the ult. I think it could have got a lot more value if it was a little bit up close. I think they just looked up a little bit too much and it went straight into the backline. But very huge kill from Crossler as we see a huge grab come out.
Huge grab, connecting on to pretty much everyone, and the shatter doesn't really... That is going to be a devastating tire. Yeah, taking down two just like that. Coalescence keeping the team alive. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Anyway, so what I was gonna say was, yeah, Krustler, absolute huge damage here, and that's the, I guess, the advantage of having the Reaper and Junkrat up close and personal at that choke, is that it's so hard to move past these two. Anyways, we see the next fight break out as Zargo, massive early pick onto Insomnia.
Huge, and the Coalescence with a high noon is just anyone out of point right there. They're able to just keep everyone off point, and the kills come through on the board because of it. That was two just beautifully placed ults, scaring away Eidolon there.
Indeed, and they just bottled them up into a corner, and then the massive swings coming from Zargo. And look, he's almost got another shatter, this madman.
Oh my gosh, grab wall just to make sure they don't even get touch. A grab response, but the shatter is good. Just Stake too good now left, desperately trying to cling on to hope touching that point, but no. What plays?
The
huge ults.
Man, shatter Opa.
Yeah. Zargo really just showing us how to play right.
Oh my goodness, that was some MTD, and that map specifically. That was just Rhine v Rhine dominance. That was beautiful. As we move on to, it's one apiece, so it has to go to the third map here. As we go to now Gardens, we're seeing Rhines are still favored by SuperNova, and seems to me that Eidolon, they're liking the Monkey Diva. A little bit more of the dive. Oh, here we go. Yep, here comes the Pharmacy, and then Krustler with that Tracer. They're just looking to harass the backline from all different angles. So Louis the Horse is going to have a hard time staying alive here if he's not careful. If they're not careful.
Absolutely right. Now, we do see Uwu for you flying on that Pharah, but because they teleport straight onto point, Pharah's not going to get any value from those boops, and Bananas setting up some good turrets. It's going to mean that they're going to have to find good pathing for Eidolon to get in. Raiden on the Monkey, though, can take down the turrets pretty quickly, but Raiden's already falling so low. Half health. The support has to come through to keep Raiden up, and yeah, Raiden is running away from that fight, giving SuperNova point presence. But Uwu for you getting a huge pick onto Smammel. That's going to be really good right here. Raiden's trying to get value from that now, just trying to find anyone to take down, and there it is. Bananas collapsed by that electric beam. This is, I mean, there are kills back and forth, but I think it's good. No, Artemis is gonna shut down two, and actually bringing it back for SuperNova.
That was so back and forth, but extremely well played. The point only just got capped as well. Lots of ults were being able to... Oh, it looks like a mech reset for Stake Too Good. As we just see the Pharmacy just trying desperately to pump that damage in and build that ult really quickly. But anyway, yeah, that was very well played from the side of SuperNova. They knew what they had to do, and that was just stick as a team, because that's where they're most strong, and then just beat everybody up that tries to come near them, especially Raiden. The poor guy just got absolutely battered around.
Absolutely. Now, Pulse Bomb coming through, and only getting 1 kill through, though. It is probably going to be enough for Eidolon to get a lot of value. We do see Primal Rage as well, Raiden pushing everyone around on this point here. Quality trying to find a kill, but I think this is all just going to end up Eidolon right now. Yeah, they flip point and Bananas falls.
Bananas fall, but they did manage to get 50%, which isn't too bad, and they made Eidolon use a lot of ults there to get that point. We saw 4 ults coming out, so, it seems like, yeah, so Bananas switched to McCree. He wants that little bit more hit scan, just to, pressure the fire a little bit more, but still maintaining that brawl that they're really looking for. As they rotate left side, looking to just go straight in, as we see.
Ooh, grab and Shatter is take down Stake straight out of mech, and there goes the death. Raiden backline trying to get value, but Bananas finds him, takes him down. I mean, that is just beautiful play by Bananas right there, responding to everyone, I guess. Crustler and Insomnia downtown. And Artemis finishing up those kills.
Artemis and Bananas are popping off, especially this map, but not even that last map as well. Artemis's bubbles have just been so good. They've been able to just keep his team alive if, the Reaper Koala T just pushes in a little bit too far. So I'm really enjoying the Zarya play so far, Opa.
Absolutely. Seeing good Zarya play is so satisfying sometimes. Like, Zarya just beaming down people is so satisfying to watch.
Indeed, as we see a Chiba bomb, but...
Yep. Blocked by a shield, not much value, and Quality getting the value and a good Death Blossom. Uwu for you desperately trying to take down Quality, but no.
This is last fight territory, Oppa, and I think they must have listened to what I had to say, because they are playing so much faster than that first map that Eidolon won. I mean, SuperNova's just dominating it at the moment. Artemis just beams down Raiden.
Bananas tried to high noon to zone out picks, didn't really connect onto anything, but a flashbang Baby's gone now too. This is looking all good for SuperNova, as out comes the grab to stop Raiden spinning. No spin to win for you today, and I think overtime's just gonna burn down now.
Well done, SuperNova, taking Lijiang Tower 2-1 after a bit of a shaky first map. But hey, we all need our warm-ups. So they only needed 1 map, and they're just able to play at that fast speed. This is probably Jazago's massive 5-man shatter clutch play here.
The shadow was beautiful. You have to admit, with the grab, so shutting down that grab completely, just huge plays. A little bit of tactical crouching.
Yeah, tactical crouch. I was about to say, tactical crouching. What a victory. Well done, SuperNova. It'll be... I can't wait for the next pick. Probably Kings Row, but we'll have to wait and see. But loved that play. I mean, Artemis, I know we just talked about him, but very, very well. Very good Zarya plays there from the side of SuperNova. And yeah, Eidolon just couldn't match that pace. They realized on the side of SuperNova that it was basically 4v6 if you just rushed them down fast enough. So, the poor Monkey Diva just got absolutely rolled, and there wasn't that sustain that SuperNova definitely had with that brawl. And unfortunately, Uwu for you just couldn't land those rockets fast enough for the pace, the pure speed.
Yep. And that's why they call it like a death ball right there, just running you over so quickly. Zargo seemed to just take a full 180 spin from first point, being real slow, trying to be a little bit aggressive, but every time get picked off early to just absolutely dominating in the Ryan v Ryan on second point. And then I didn't even see any matchup between Zargo and Raiden or anything like that second round. It was just all Zargo Artemis on the board, really.
Oh, it was amazing. In fact, I think Jazago, he built one of his shatters in like maybe 20 seconds because everybody was just so up close and personal in his face. And I mean, look, credit to the healers. We can't go too far without, Louis the Horse and Smammel. Those heals to keep Jazago going as aggressive as they are is amazing, really. Because sometimes Jazago, when we saw on the second map, Control Center, he just charged in. It was like, well, looks like we're going in. And somehow Smammel was able to keep up pace, not only keep up pace, but also keep his main tank alive. So credit to him, and yeah, well done. It seems like the map pick is King's Row. What would you say they'll run here on both sides?
I mean, King's Row is classic Ryan Zarya. I would be surprised if we don't see that, especially with how confident Artemis and Zago looked on it. We could see a little bit of switch up in the defensive play, but some of the tanks especially just aren't really up to par right now in terms of that matchup on King's Row. We might see a Sigma come out, maybe a Hog, but I don't think anything further than that. And DPS, I feel, can go anywhere, really.
It really can.
Div 9, it could go anywhere.
Div 9 can go. Yes. Well, Chizago, he'd be still on that high from that Ryan plays, so I wouldn't be surprised. But I wonder if Crossler, we do have here that he is very good at the Widow, and all snipers. And, you can definitely pull out a Widow on defense and on attack. On attack, you usually just do it maybe for the first 10 seconds to see if you can get a pick out of doors. But yeah, I'm looking for some Widow plays, but that nerf to Widow recently has hurt her potential, just because if you run dive, you just absolutely destroy Widow, unless she is very good at the grapples. As we see, look at that. Am I a prophet or what? Krusler does pull out the Widow on attack. Oh my goodness, the voice break. Attack! But yeah, Krusler, there we go, the picks for the Widow, and then we've got, to make up the damage, Uwu for you has gone on the Reaper. She will just be looking to stick with Raiden, the Reinhardt, and just press W, really. I mean, what else can you do with Insomnia on the Lucio, speed boosting into their team? On the side of Jazago, this will be very hard because Koala T's gone May, and that will seriously slow him down if the walls are good enough. And then Bananas on the Ashe, it's an Ashe Widow 1v1. Although there is a Mercy from Smammel, so that will even things up just a little bit with damage.
Absolutely, and Mercy is going to change up pace realistically, because getting that res means that whatever early kill Krusler lands into is just going to be shut down by a Mercy res if the Mercy is taken down at the same time. Now we're seeing some really good pathing coming through by Eidolon, going through the top buildings, taking the balconies, and probably going to meet up with Ashe all the way up top. Yeah, they're wanting to path all the way. Oh!
That is
dynamite.
It. That's
that
it.
Baby taken down. It's going to be so hard for them to push now. No level of heals, and there's no way their team.
Yeah, and then but Crossler kind of evening things up, taking out Koala T. They're going to have to play really fast on the side of SuperNova, and hopefully they will, but Crossler, he is in that back line, popping heads left, right, and right. That is 2 kills on the board for him. Make that 3, as Owu for you, also taking out Smammel. That's already the fight and the point. Oh my goodness.
Pap, that was insane. The pathing just gave Krusler so much value, because they pathed all the way around that the tanks had to face away from them. Krusler just got so much value.
It wasn't even that. It was that, sorry, but it was also that Koala T died, so where's the walls? There's none. Yeah. So you can just stuff the walls. Let's just press W, and that's all they needed to do. And Krusler did land those shots, which he definitely needed to do to make that Widow pick count, and he picked up 3, so that is huge. Well played on the side of Eidolon.
Oh, a good attempt at Shatter, but they responded. It was pathing, but then they path didn't come through. Zago now falling solo. Zago's built up the Shatter, get it off, and so now they are going to be able to just push through Streets phase for the first fight. There'll probably be a recontest at some point. They're going to just try and chase down kills.
Unfortunately, I think Jazago is still on that Lijiang Tower juice because he was in the middle of the enemy team, and his team had already backed way up. So he didn't have long for this Earth, as we see. Probably, maybe the final defense. If you're lucky, you might get a third. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, if they get a quick fight, they could be able to get another defense out of here. But early Bob is no value, stuck into that hallway there. Maybe Chrysler will find Bob. Chrysler does manage to just get away. So now in the back line, but it's looking good. I mean, realistically, SuperNova's got them really impressive, and Eidolon's given them the respect that maybe they deserve by falling back here. Here comes Uwu for you, jumping onto Zargo. They've recognized Zargo's aggressiveness, but a Blizzard, once again, it split up the team. Uwu for you getting a good Death Blossom is probably going to win them that fight, but the Blizzard splitting up the team, it nearly gave them the value they wanted.
They were very, very close to that one, but Chrysler with the nice little high noon to the left, so it forced J'zargo to look left, but at the same time, Uwu for you came from the other angle and Death Blossomed. I mean, the poor guy can only block some... No, he can't block everything, please.
He's got one shield.
Yeah, he's only got one shield, man. As Eidolon, they do take first point with 4.5 minutes remaining here. But J'zargo, he does have the Shatter, and Artemis is coming almighty close as we see another Shatter grab come out.
Yeah, good Shatter, but the grab down, and wow, such a quick fight. They kill all the people in grab, and now it's just Smammel on the... just paddle mercying it out, trying to take down anybody, but no, Uwu for you. She does... sorry, no, Smammel, he has to fall back now.
He will. This is probably last fight here because of how fast this cart seems to be moving now. As the really... Oh, that is such an unlucky first pick there.
Uwu taking down Zargo. That's going to shut down any thoughts of recontestation. Bob coming out, stalling this payload, and Chrysler pops the high noon just onto Bob. Grab onto Raiden here by Artemis, but there's nobody there to follow up. So realistically, it's just slowing them down and letting them push. Wrecking Ball now trying to spin to win, and a sleep onto Raiden means he can't charge. So here comes the spinning, a good stun and boop. But Zargo's still stalling it out. Can anyone return? Here comes Smammel. Smammel dies instantly, Quality, and yep, that is a very quick cap.
3 minutes and 19 seconds remaining for Eidolon there. Okay, I think, have they swapped Zarya players? It's now the other Zarya. Yeah. It's just stake too good. It's showing Artemis what's up with those grab combos as well. It just seems like on the side of Eidolon, they were able to communicate just a little bit more effectively perhaps on what ults they were going to be using, because every time they used, 2, maybe even 3 ults, they guaranteed that fight win. And after just maybe one stop after the initial first cap, there wasn't really much to hold the cart, was there?
No, realistically, every got shut down, either an early kill or just really good ultimate usages there. I think it's going to be interesting to see, because we talked about speed on the control map, and Zargo and Artemis like to go fast, and that's definitely favorable to an attacking team more than a defensive team. So let's see whether they can get a faster time bank, or at least match the time bank that
Gotta
they're
go
sitting
fast.
on. Exactly right. Bring out Sonic, which I guess is Lucio right now.
At the moment, yeah, gotta go fast. And we are actually seeing a little bit of Reddit every now and again coming out from Smammel. I must admit, I do see him in the back line on the occasion, as we see Chrysler and Uwu with the Reaper, but Koala and Bananas opting for the May McCree, so a little bit more slower yet precise comp for SuperNova.
Now, really far back wall doesn't split anybody off, but a good stun onto Raiden means
he falls so low. Oh,
keep him up, and he is now playing around the corner here. Good May wall coming through now. It's freezing up Uwu, but Uwu does manage to survive, but Raiden, meanwhile, Banana's taken down by Uwu, but the numbers are higher right now for SuperNova. SuperNova popping the coalescence to just confirm those final kills, and it looks like they are going to cap this first point with little difficulty, really.
Yeah, not too much there. That Maywall did end up working, the second one at least. Yeah. Koala T getting that Reaper and Reinhardt just utterly confused on the side of SuperNova. Sorry, on the side of Eidolon. And yeah, that is a very. I mean, that was first push.
Yeah. They did first push without even bothering with any of the pathing. They just gonna stand on point. This is ours now. Go away.
Yes, stuff all your fancy schmancy.
Oh, huge grab, taking down Uwu early. Soundbarrier Aiden from doing any sort of charge, but Shatter's gonna connect onto everyone, and just as quickly as they took first point, they're gonna take defense at this bend.
My man, I thought I lost you there for a second. You cut out, but yes, that was a very clean fight there, and yeah, I did catch the last bit, and yeah, it was a very fast defense take, and this is a very hard choke to take back for the attackers. Although they are just seeming on the side of Eidolon just to give it up. Usually, you like to hold really close on King's Row. Huge shatter, the coalescence from both sides.
And the high noons on both sides as well. May the team right now, and up comes Zargo's wall. No value from either high noon there. And Raiden and Uwu's fallen down just by the pure damage. Stun onto Insomnia means Quality can get a headshot. Dominant performance by SuperNova now, really.
Yeah, and they still maintained a couple of ults, and then Lewis the horse, has been able to get Cole almost every fight, which I do respect.
Yeah.
Ultimately, so they do have a lot more ults than Eidolon here, because they had to use quite a lot for that first defense. But we're seeing Uwu for you with a bit of a... Oh, here we go!
Oh, the grab, but they popped a Death Blossom inside the grab. Dies instantly because of that. That was maybe... I don't know if you wanted to use that Death Blossom.
I don't know either. They had a plan, but unfortunately Artemis said, oh, hell no. It seems to be whoever's attacking is just the better Zarya. Because right now, Artemis is absolutely wrecking the side of Eidolon here. As quite a good ults here from Bananas and Smammel, still holding onto that sound barrier for Stake to go.
Oh, huge pick onto Bananas takes down Baby. Shatter comes through, taking down Zargo. The May will kind of stop the rest of the team getting any value. Here comes the grab, a huge grab by Stake Too Good. Both sound barriers keeping the team alive. So many ultimates committed. Oh my gosh, they just, if they had a Q, they pressed a Q.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 ults that fight. 8 ults. Sorry, it took me a little while. I struggle past 3.
Yeah, fair enough. Everyone wanted to press Q.
But, yes, Q. Chrysler's going for the Ash, which I do respect. There are longer sightlines here on the defense, but nice kill, early kill onto Uwu for you.
How was that environmental? I don't even understand what happened. Taking down Insomnia, and there goes Baby. Stake Too Good nearly froze up, but just managed to get a corner. It looks like this point is going to pretty cleanly push through to the end now. Crustler and Stake Too Good just left to stall out. It looks like Baby will get a touch, and same with Insomnia. Oh, and Uwu. They might be able to do something, but it is looking pretty desperate.
Yeah, it's looking dicey, man. It is looking dicey.
Really dicey. The high noon shutting down. Wow.
And that is a cat with only 2 seconds faster. That was insane.
Yeah.
My takeaway from this is the defense isn't as good as their attack, and that's fair enough too. Because Reinhardt defense is not nearly as fun as attack, because Reinhardt defense has slightly more strategy, whereas when it comes to attack, it's like yes, press W.
Yeah.
And
exactly right.
Run into the team, and you know the rest of the team will follow that same sort of wavelength. With defense, there is slightly more strategy, but it'll be interesting. Time bank lowered by half, and you do not get time back when you cap, as well.
That's good. It just means that the games don't lag on as long. Don't want them to.
Looking at you, Temple of Jornubis. As we crank out with SuperNova going on the defense first off, Quality opting for the May. She's doing really good Maybells at the moment, and Bananas back on that McCree, landing those shots. We hope Crustler, Reaper, and Uwu for you, hoping for a massive junk tire, I presume. as they just press W. That's
Yeah.
all. I reckon they will do that wraparound plan again. It worked well for them the first time.
I think the only potential problem with the wraparound, realistically, it slows down so much time on the push. You're losing so much time bank, and when it comes to this desperation, they are going to commit to it. And full
It is a bit of
respect to them,
commitment.
it's
Yeah.
good pathing. You do want to take the pathing, but now that they've seen it, yep, Zargo immediately hits them a huge May wall, shutting down Reinhardt, disconnecting Raiden. Bananas does fall, but Raiden losing that main tank is so much more devastating. The charge onto Uwu, it does get booped back, but I mean, it's still gonna hit that wall. And Artemis, a huge right click up to the top there. That's just beam. That's just beam.
My man, Jazago. Oh yeah, Pap, you say my Ryan on defense is terrible? I'll show you. I'll build an ult faster than your word. Well, you proved me wrong, man. I ate my words. Well played indeed. I wonder if he'll miss it. He'll say no, because he'll just build up another ult. But that was extremely fast. That charge into Uwu, and then he just got to swing his little heart out.
Yeah.
So well played. Is it just coming through the cafe now?
Yeah, no, they decided not to go with the pathing, and it cost them a whole minute. That path has taken down Raiden early. So this push is almost as dead in the water as the last push was, losing your main tank so early on. Yeah, they're just falling back.
Well, as my real estate agent said, it's not a cafe, it's actually a hotel. But yes, I mean, with last push, you do, if you lose one and you do have the time, you want to wait. But Artemis, here we go, nano boosted Ryan as well.
Nano Ryan swinging into that.
My man,
And there's another shadow. Zargo, please. They're just children, Zargo, please. Hurts to watch. Oh my gosh. Zargo is just having fun with it right now, just swinging around. We do see Uwu on the balcony of Hotel, probably looking to get a final touch, right? Oh no, a Riptire even. Who are they looking for? Uwu, she gets Louis. That could be huge if someone can touch him. Yep, there goes Uwu on the touch. Kressler now with Reinhardt, the Blizzard. No one's going to be able to win with the Blizzard.
This is it.
Wow.
Wow.
They turned that defense around, Pep.
The defense, I'm speechless. That was so much better. They just, their plans just evolved times 10 on defense. That was so much cleaner, especially from Chizago. Yes, he did charge on defense, but at least his team was behind him, and it was, you could argue maybe not against a better team, but against yeah, it worked for this one. So what can I say? Charging directly into Uwu. You know, on the junk, it worked, but I mean, he built ult so fast. Jazago and Artemis again. He's showing me that yes, my Zar can work on defense as well, because his bubbles were absolutely insane. So, and Uwu's breaking out the Swedish meatball. I feel.
Okay, Torb the turret is going to cause a lot of harassment. So I think they're going to have to find a way to find that turret and take it down early. And with their current comp, I guess Koality and Bananas, they're the ones who's going to work for that turret.
Yeah, Bananas should be able to pick it off, but if it's in an annoying enough spot and the team on the side of Eidolon are able to push fast enough, then they have no time to deal with Mr. Chip Damage in the back.
Yep, exactly right.
Chip Damage McGee, as we see SuperNova now on the attack. Any pathing? No.
Straight to point. Zargo and Artemis just want to touch. Yep, and there's the Maywolf. Now, this is a really good position turret. Means that when they try to corner, it's going to start harassing. So they didn't even know it existed until now. And yep, Zargo and Artemis fall straight away. There was so much damage just touching from that turret that they couldn't deal with. Bananas is going to struggle to take that down.
They are. Yeah, I think if you play fast enough and hard enough, maybe Mr. Tick McGee won't, Chip McGee, my apologies, won't, why am I apologizing for something I made up? Anyway, as we see the second push here, they do know the turret exists here, so maybe Jazago will calm down a little bit more. Bananas does take it down as both coalescence.
There we go, yeah. 2 coalescences come out, and Zargo just dominant with that shatter. They burn through everyone who got shattered, and Raiden, he does pop out the shatter and only takes down Kawaii. Realistically, that point is gonna tick away just as quickly as that push. I get... what we're seeing from SuperNova is they know how to learn. They know how
They're
to
adapting.
learn.
They're
Yeah.
adapting. They are adapting, and they're adapting to defense as well.
Yeah.
Because here we go, Artemis with the play of the game on the Tsar here, but Chisago, here we go. This is when he charged in. I thought it was game over for him, but he lived and solo shattered the Reaper. Oh my goodness.
It was just mean. That was just pure BM.
That's what we call a little bit of that's when mental fortitude really needs to kick in there. I just got solo shattered. I need to pick myself up off the ground, quite literally. And unfortunately, they couldn't, so SuperNova were able to take second map.
Now, I mean, this is looking quite dominant right now for SuperNova. SuperNova, they've taken it. And they want to win this, I guess, quickly. They don't even want to go to 2CP, which personally I agree with that. 2CP is so painful to watch. So
Fair.
Yeah, so I respect that. I think Eidolon, they really need to find a way to just regroup. And, you know, they have really good pathing, but then SuperNova respond to that. So rather than playing the same strategy, you need to have multiple strategies coming through, I think is what they need to figure out.
Yeah, I feel the same as you on that one. And, I mean, I'm just going to talk about the supports really quickly.
Yeah.
Smammel and Louis Horse. Absolutely amazing support play. I'm a bit of a support guy myself. I can't play any other role. In fact, I'm very bad at DPS, and I'm not smart enough for tank. I just know how to press W as Reinhardt. That's about it, though. But my goodness, Smammel, he's able to get beats so quickly, and then Louis the Horse, her coalescences, the coalescence eye. Anyway, they
Why not?
Why not? Let's just go with that. They're building so fast. I mean, credit to Chisago, I guess, for feeding, but not enough to die. But like strategically feeding, I guess we could call it. On the side of SuperNova there, because
Just that's one
my
way to put
goodness,
it. Yeah.
so much healing had to come from Louis the Horse there. So well done to SuperNova.
Because of it, Louis built up so many ultimates, like you were saying, like
Yeah.
all the healing. Louis was
Crazy.
popping coalescence after coalescence every fight. It was incredible to watch. Speaking of supports, we do see Smammel subbing out for Muchi now, so we're finally going to see Muchi into the field and see what difference she's going to bring. And Cat King is going to swap out for, I think it was Koala. So that's interesting.
Yeah. A little bit of a mix-up here.
Yep.
King. Oh, okay. So this must be maybe the new projectile taking from May. New possible Genji. Maybe we might see some Genji with some projectile specialists here. But I mean, Rialto, you definitely can play that Genji, or maybe I'm trying to think what else.
I feel like
yeah.
it's looking like they might be running a pharmacy comp here. Cat King on the projectile DPS and Muchi coming in. Muchi looks like they like to play Mercy. I'm not going to say anything right now. I feel like we're going to see Muchi bring out the Mercy. I think we might see some pharmacy. Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Especially since we're in Rialto. Rialto, so many roofs you can fly around. I think we might see pharmacy here.
I mean, I could always hold out hope for a bit of Echo. I do like myself a bit of Echo. A good Echo is absolutely terrifying to play against.
Yeah, those duplicates can be devastating. If you can build up 2 ults and 1 duplicate, you should be scared of them.
Definitely. Crustler, will you play Widow? Yep, there you go. I'd got it right. Crustler's pulling out that Widow pharmacy from both sides.
Well, Cat Kings chose Torb.
My man, a man after my own heart.
Yeah.
Of course, Cat King, the Torb specialist. Moochie and Bananas, they will have to definitely stick together and pop off against Uwu for you and Insomnia's Farah Mercy comp. But that's not all that Bananas has to deal with. It's also Crustler, and we saw how good his shots were on King's Row. A little bit more divey, definitely, from the side of Eidolon than the more static comp that Jazago and Artemis want to run with that Arista Sig.
Yeah, this double barrier, it's going to be interesting to see how this ends up. Know that Eidolon is really good with their pathing, so it's going to be interesting to see how they run that. Dynamite was burning down the tanks and Insomnia falling so low, but Bananas just getting really good critical hits, but Crustler takes down Bananas instantly. Moochie is going to bring back Bananas now, but I mean, that just means the tanks can dive up. A huge Bionade gives the tanks no value, and Zargo's taking Raiden falls off the map. The jump was just a little too far. Oh no, that looks pretty rough for Eidolon right now as they do try and regroup.
They do, but I mean, some forced off the high ground, so that's at least something. But you still have that Sig Ash up the top as the Winston Diva is trying desperately to push them off. But I mean, Artemis is in the perfect position there. He can't really be forced down. He can only be forced away. So still holding that amazing position there.
And Cat King, the projectile, taking
Specialist
down Crustler, the projectile specialist, showing us why they play projectile. Good Gravitic Flux only really connects on to the Diva, but I mean, if you can demech that Diva, she's gonna get no value. So realistically, if you can get a stake too good out of his mech, that's going to be huge. Ufuse taking down the turret, so no more spam damage from that turret right now, and we've got sights coming through by Crustler. No hiding right now, so Bob has to come out. But they haven't pushed that far yet, and they don't even need to as Bananas headshots Uwu. This fight is looking very difficult for them to push around this corner right now.
It really is, and Bananas is just playing so tactically, and he has to really, versing those two on the side of Crustler and Uwu, and he's doing a fantastic job holding his own, getting those really crucial picks at a lot of moments there. As
Primal Rage.
Primal Rage.
Yeah,
now that your team are around you, man. Raiden, calm down.
Oh, and he drops just like that. The rest of the team's finally grouped up, but Raiden, that Primal Rage. I know you want Artemis off the high ground, but I don't know if there was value in that. Artemis is now going to pop the Nano Gravitic Flux, and Crustler gets absolutely smashed with all that damage. I mean, it
sandwiched.
doesn't. Yeah, literally sandwiched.
Literally
Huge
sandwiched.
sleep onto Insomnia. Poor Insomnia. Cat King just walks up, stares at Insomnia. This is so messy. Pat, what do you do?
I would switch off the fire. It's not working, unfortunately. Banana's just hitting too many shots. You need to match it. Anyway, a nice little Diva Bomb. It catches Cat King's turret, but, big whoop at the end of the day as a nice little splurge coming onto the payload. And looks like Crustler's just been dealt with from Louis the Horse in the backline. My man.
When you're charted as the sniper specialist, you don't want to be taking... That's a little bit...
Cool.
I'm sure we can get some value with that. Raiden trying to push
Louis.
in.
Louis, Leah doesn't heal. She damages.
Yeah, Louis is devastating on this corner right now.
Sleeps are absolutely destroying, especially Insomnia. Bananas. Yeah, Uwu for you. Unfortunately, this Pharaoh is just not getting enough just damage output, enough value, because Bananas is hitting shots. And Cat King's just there. He's hitting shots and stuff. He's just existing. But honestly, spotlight for Bananas at the moment for me. As Bananas takes down Raiden.
This Roadhog can't even survive. Oh my gosh, Bananas just popping off. Bob came out, and then Bananas just got headshot after punch. That was sad to watch.
Dominant from SuperNova. And the turret, not to be outdone by, does shut down Uru's ult there. So
yeah.
MVP? Question mark?
Yeah, maybe turret MVP. Absolutely.
Play the game, it just shows turret.
yeah, exactly right. I feel like one of those mental things you can. I'll use my ult and swap. And I think that's what Uwu fell into, was just Uwu wanted to pop the rocket barrage, but it didn't come through at all because every time Uwu tried to get any entrance, they couldn't press Q.
No matter which way he went as well. He went back or forward or side to side. Bananas was there to lend a hand in landing very quickly, and because Bananas' shots are shocking, I suppose. As Cat King, are we going to see a Torban attack? Yes, please.
I was gonna feel sad if it was gonna be the Bastion, the absolute cheese. So I'm happier with the Torb.
Oh, I don't mind either way. I am down for one of those two on attack, and Rialto is good for these. Not quite as I suppose Junkertown would be the one where Pirate Ship is king, but Rialto can definitely make it work despite the high ground around it. As now look how close they're holding.
They want to fight right at spawn, and I mean there is zero that can be made, but Banana's getting early kill, baby.
Bananas.
That's all you're healing. Bananas is insane right now. There goes
Bananas.
Bananas. He's just devastating everyone right now. You can't even stand still with Bananas on the field. Just right and left now. Bananas is just walking up to the right hut, but Bananas isn't even scared.
Bananas with a coach gun is rolling some heads. Anyway, it sounded better in my head, and then I started singing. I was like, well, this is going in a cringe compilation. Anyway, that was very well played. Baby falling down so fast, and Louis the horse.
Crustler staggered themselves out so much here. That was devastating. Raiden now jumping. That is a good kill, but Cat King's turret and Zargo's charge. This is just Cat King's turret, even. We said the turret's going to be the MVP, and I think it was.
The Cat turret picked up 3.
Oh my gosh. That is not a way you want to end that. Well, that is a way.
That's the way I wanted to say it. It's the only way I wanted to say it.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, we got player of the game coming through by Bananas.
Please show me some Bananas in pajamas. He was absolutely smoking and clicking heads here.
Did we get a Bananas in pajamas Ash skin Overwatch? Is that what we're going to see?
Please, yes. Cap wants it.
Yep, exactly right. Wow, so SuperNova took that 3-0 right there.
That they did. So, well, GG's SuperNova there. Wow, they looked, I must say, Eidolon, they started out so strong, but they couldn't sort of mold or... SuperNova were just able to dominate after that. They downloaded them. That's what they did. Downloaded Eidolon. Eidolon.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think they just learned their strategy and managed to push on with it. Now we're just going to take a quick 4-minute break, and then we will be moving into a wee halftime show. I hope you guys are excited. Niki's going to join us for that, so we'll see you in a few minutes.
Stay hydrated.
Yes.
Hello everyone, and we are here back on the AAOL channel at the end of it was a really interesting match to watch actually, between two very I want to say that they were relatively closely matched, excluding maybe Rialto, which I'm going to get to in a little bit. But first off, I'm going to just break down a few of the fights and a few thoughts as an analyst on the situation. So the first fight we're going to look at is actually the first fight of the entire match. And in my perspective, it set the scene for a few narratives of the kind of match that played out. One was Crossler being pretty ridiculous on the general hit scan characters. And eventually and there's just a few other things as well that really came out that I really enjoyed. But what I really wanted to talk about was this first fight here. And you see immediately that both teams go for the Symmetra Telly strats, but the side of Mytheon executed so much smoother, and it's just a lot better in general. And a consequence of that is they arrive at different times, and the whole point of that strategy is you want to be on the point as early as possible, so you can set up sim tarts, so you can set a hit scan up in the backline, get your supports into safety. And because the side of SuperNova got there later, because their execution of the telestrat was just not very crisp, they immediately lost that fight. And the first pick was actually by Crossler onto the Moira player of the opposition. I'm pretty sure that's Louis the Horse. So my question for you, Papa, is if like the Moira fell early, but what do you reckon is like the next worst pick you could get in that brawl composition? Because the Moira is pretty bad, but I think there's also a few other bad picks that you could lose early.
Yes, Moira is very bad, but I think the worst of the worst would have to be your main tank, Reinhardt, the leader, the strategist as well. Usually Reinhardt's not just the hero itself, but also the person controlling the hero is also the strategist and the shot caller. So it's extremely bad to lose your main tank early. I mean, that's a lot of damage. Of course, you've lost your shield, but also, you know, your tank is supposed to be the one to take all the damage. And when a lot of that damage sponge is just removed completely. There's no reason why the opposing team just can't just steamroll over the top of you.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I'm still going to stick behind the Moira argument because I think that in the Brawl composition, the AoE heals are just really, really important, and having that sustainability with the Moira is just absolutely crucial. But my general takeaway from that is if you want to go for like a set strategy, you have to be crisp with it. And that is actually shown in a later clip, and this in the first kind of match, in the first fight, SuperNova had a really sloppy execution of that tele strategy. But that was like the one main exception. From the rest of the match, they kind of really turned it around. And a really good example of this is actually on Control Center Lijiang Tower. And as you can see in the VOD at the moment, they're holding in, it's like final fight territory, and they're holding really aggressive with a Mei. And the Mei pick from SuperNova kind of comes back, and it is proven to be a pretty dominant force in the whole series. And as you can see here, there's an exchange of Graviton Surge, and the Reinhardt of SuperNova gets a really clean Earth Shatter. And that is for a few reasons. Like, the Reinhardt actually gets isolated really early into the fight, and that pick comes off early, so that eliminates the shield straight away. And then also, once you're caught in a grab, everyone's going to be rushing towards you. They want to be swinging at you, they want to be firing, they're not going to be thinking about a slam. And at that very moment, when their guard was down, that's when the slam, from actually being caught inside the Graviton, actually came down. And that is just really good play, and it caught like 3 or 4 players, and it cleaned up and secured that fight, and ended up securing that stage of Lijiang Tower, and started that turnaround. Like the very first stage of Lijiang Tower, Night Market, which we just looked at, they actually lost. But from then, they were pretty solid throughout the rest of the series. And earlier on Lijiang, I was talking about Crustlot. And I think everyone knew that I was going to talk about this thing. But I'm going to talk about the Mytheon offense for King's Road, their first time around. And I want to specify, first time around is really important, because they didn't go for it on their second offense. And it's because it's a surprise strategy. It only works once. And as we can see here on the screen, everyone has rotated all the way around the high ground. And that does a few things. One, it obviously gives you a high ground advantage that is enabled by the rotation speed of the Lucio, which is only being run by Mytheon. And then 2, it sets up this nasty crossfire with Crustlot, who didn't leave spawn straight away. Did a great Bamboozle-esque kind of positioning, waiting in spawn for a little bit, then wrapping all the way around, and is getting this nasty sightline onto the point, which actually allowed him to clean up the last few picks of the fight. So this is really important for a few reasons. Like I mentioned, there's the pathing, and that is actually really great knowledge, and recognizing that SuperNova likes to play the Mei. If they go that way all the way through Cinema, and then they end up dropping that way, they are less likely to be isolated by early into the choke. And my question for this specific bit is kind of a whole of King's Road, and a little bit on Lijiang. There was a Reaper and a Mei. Was like, the side of SuperNova was opting for the Mei a lot more often, and Mytheon really obviously wasn't prepared or wasn't comfortable playing that Mei at all. And my question for you, Apara, is that like a big reason that they ended up winning at least those first 2 maps? Just the ability of a Mei to completely take over a fight?
I mean, absolutely. I think having down the brawl that you're trying to push with Rein Zarya, it's so crucial. It's so crucial to be able to just change the speed of the match. So I think having that Mei pick and then Reaper just following up with damage on any freezes that's occurring, that I think it was a major difference.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And the series goes a bit downhill for Mytheon, because obviously we saw that just nasty Rialto defense from SuperNova. And I think obviously the highlight there was the Torbjorn, which was coming out as a Torbjorn specialist. It was a bit of a meme, but in all seriousness, it actually got quite a bit of value. And that's for a few reasons. One, it shuts down the flank, because that Torbjorn turret is a 7th man, you can put it there, and it just peppers any flank angle, so like a Tracer that Crustlor was playing at one point was not able to get any value. And 2, it also, as like, it's a hit scan. So it can challenge a Pharah, which was actually up in the sky. So it really shut down that key strategy. And in collaboration with that Tourbillon, it wouldn't be possible without the use of high ground. I think a really good example of this, which unfortunately I don't have a clip for, but I think it was Papa pointed it out. Raiden popped a Primal Rage when he was just completely on his own up on the high ground, just trying to knock everyone off. And I think you're completely on the dot with that. Like, the aim of that Primal Rage was to knock everyone off the high ground, because it was just so oppressing to be in that situation. And from there, really quick offensive push with the Tourbillon as well. So I have a quick question for you, Papa. As a player yourself, and in working in a team environment, after you get crushed pretty badly on a defense like that, and then just get pretty honestly steamrolled in the offense by what could be perceived as kind of like a cheese strat, how do you like come back from that as a player, as a team?
Gosh, that's a good question. You need somebody in the team, preferably 2 people that don't get down in the dumps about that, and you're just able to be like, okay, that didn't work. Let's try for the next push. You need to move on if you get stuck in that defense. Maybe, yes, you want to look at past mistakes from that defense, but you do need to move on. You do need to look at, okay, what are we going to do on this attack, on this very moment? Stop looking in the past. After the match is done and you're doing your stuff with your coaches, then you can go through it. But unfortunately, yeah, you need that mental fortitude to be like, that's okay, guys. That didn't go so well. Let's try again. But maybe with different selections of heroes. That's what we do anyway. Just they needed to mix it up, and it just felt like Mytheon were just stuck in the mud when it came to anything like that.
Yeah, the May pick was really oppressing, and the kind of hesitation in picking that up, I think, was really crucial in the outcome of that series, which ended up, of course, being a 3-0 to the side of SuperNova. But luckily for everyone watching the stream tonight, we are not done. We have a whole nother match coming up, and I'm going to throw that back to the casters to get more in-depth into that one. I have been Nikki. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to throw you back to the casters.
Yeah, well, we're moving into our next phase of the night, Game 2, Match 2, which is Mitosis versus Allstars Hercules. Now, at the start of the stream, we gave you a little bit of a rundown where we're going to be seeing in this game, but we're going to go a little bit more in depth now. Starting with Mitosis, they're really wanting to, what we're wanting to look at right now is Harry B2000, which is their main tank. Apparently he's quite the cracked main tank. And then also TJ, apparently during scrims, is always getting a 4 to 6k kill at one point in their scrims. So let's see if TJ can bring that through.
Indeed. I know him as Turtle. I've asked him in game if it's okay if I call him Turtle on stream, and apparently it is. So yes, Turtle is an amazing player. He's been on my team before, and I've known him even before he trialed for my team. And he's an absolute gun, very lovely man as well. Anyway, let's run through the team again really quickly for you. We've got Harry B2000, main tank. Chase on that off tank. For our DPS tonight, we've got Exel and Turtle on the projectile, and I guess the hit scan, it just has DPS, but maybe, more Torb the better. We've got for our support tonight, we've got Taze and Corvus. I've seen Corvus play support, and he actually is one of the supports that can carry a team. Legitimately, his heals are phenomenally good. If it's his night tonight, expect some beautiful healing onto Harry. So maybe more Ryan plays, more shadows, question mark.
Sounds exciting. Yeah. And then on the other side, we got the All-Stars Hercules, quite a new team, only been together for a month. And once again, the tanks we're looking at for today, MC Hammer and Travie Boy. Their DPS line is Aqua and Jimmy, and the support line is Rogue, Helion, and an Apple a Day. So it's going to be interesting to see how Hercules is one of the newest teams in All-Stars. There's not much history. It's going to be interesting to see what we look at, who's going to become those key players that we want to keep an eye on. And I think they're going to bring us some fun games tonight.
Oh, definitely. So this is Div 5, slightly higher. Hopefully we might see some Soldier. I know he got buffed recently, but that's not all the buffs. But also all the nerfs either. The Widow got hit pretty hard, but we're still on that Brig 225, the Sim 225 HP buff. So I'll be interested to see if they pull the same strats on Lijiang.
Absolutely. Moving into Lijiang are going to start on Garden this time. It'll be interesting to see whether the teams want to bring out this Metro that we've seen, or maybe a little bit of dive. It really could be anything here.
Yeah, it could be an Aqua. Oh, yes, this is Aqua. So I do know Aquology. I have played with him in the past. He can do a pretty mean Echo, and here he is out on the Echo and Gardens. This is a relatively good map. And we're seeing Corvus on the Zen and Taze on the Mercy. And I like this. But why I don't like it as much is because Corvus on the Zen with that pharmacy, it's not enough healing for the grounds people. And that's what's tipping me to the side of it's maybe not enough healing unless it's super fast. Like we're talking bullet speed. We need Harry on the Wrecking Ball. We probably need a Winston, and then on top of that, maybe even a Tracer. We just need absolute pure speed.
Yeah, exactly.
But on the side of Hercules, it seems that we're just wanting that Reinhardt D.Va instead of Zarya, maybe just to eat the bullets. They're probably expecting a Pharah, and they're right to do so. Shylon pulling out the Ashe, and that will definitely help against an upcoming Pharah, which of course they don't know about just yet. We do through the power of science. Yep. And then we have, of course, the Lucio and Apple bringing us all together. Oh no, Shylon on the Soldier 76. Here we go, Oppa.
Exciting stuff. I wanted to see a Soldier. Pure damage that Soldier brings out is insane. Now, you were speaking about speed, and it looks like Allstars, they do have that higher speed because of the Lucio, and you can see them pathing all the way to point already. What a beautiful path through the backline. They didn't want to risk any boops from the Pharah, and once again, rightly so. You do see they take really dominant force onto point, and I mean, realistically, Mitosis, they're so everywhere right now. It's going to be interesting to see whether they can get any picks or connections. Pharah trying to burn down Xion with a few rockets. Xion is falling low, but Apple is giving Xion all the healing that they need to stay alive. And it looks like it's looking pretty good for Hercules right now. The All-Stars team, a boop kill, but not an actual environmental onto TJ, or Turtle as you call him, really shutting down this fight early.
That was mean.
Yeah.
I just think it's lack of healing. I know I keep going back to it, but poor Corvus. I mean, what can this man do? He can only put one orb on one person. Please buff Zen. Orb on everybody. He can pressure shift once. Anyway, I mean that would be what I love. I love that Zen. Anyway, here we go. Second attack as it's saying huge Raj does pick up Brian, but nothing more as Weaver's able to shut down very quickly. It does get a nice res.
The res though, out comes Tactical Visor, but the keep the rest of the team alive. Xion just trying to find Pharah to kill, and Xion does get Ryujin just in the nick of time. There was a self-destruct, just Steamix chase. It's looking very back and forth right now. Weaver finishing off Corvus, and there goes both healers for Mitosis. Once again, when you don't have those heals, what are you going to do? You may have mines on point, but if you just stay away from them, you're not going to die to any mines.
No, and Weaver, my goodness, he's this person's showing us what's up. They're absolutely smashing it on the D.Va, picking up 3 kills, that alone, chasing Turtle all the way back to spawn just for that late pick, which was very tactical because he got out, and he can because Apple's heals from afar as well. So well played here, as it seems like a Mercy. Oh, can he get back?
We do see the Valkyrie come out, but I mean, the damage and heal boost isn't getting the critical kills you want. Out comes a self-destruct, but Sound Barrier is going to give people a little bit of extra health to not take the deaths there. It's looking pretty desperate now as Ecology takes down the Tracer counterpart in Turtle, but Chase taking down Whitehammer. It's pretty even, and losing the main tank there is devastating. But Corvus now showing why they pick Zen, taking down Ecology and Shion. Corvus getting the kills. This is what you want out of a Zen. Less about the major healing, but also being able to be a DPS.
What's that? Oh, I mean, you want a Zen because of he's a glass cannon, massive amount of damage, yet if you dive on him, he's basically dead. And it does work out, but I'm still going to hold true that, look, Corvus, you're doing a great job staying alive, bud, but they need a bit more healing because you watch, and this next attack, or maybe the other one, they're just going to steamroll. Hercules is going to steamroll because there's no healing. Although Corvus does have a Transcendence, so he's going to have to use it extremely smartly. Corvus!
Or just shut them down before they even walk through the door.
Even a nice shot came through there.
The sleep boop, though. Yeah, Apple got a sleep onto Hammond, and then Lucio booped Hammond at the exact same time, so Hammond couldn't wake up. There was no chance for Harry to get a kill there. And a huge self-destruct taking down the pharmacy combo there. That means they're going to cap early. Transcendence didn't really save anybody's life, and our Corvus is just left fighting a Nanoed Lucio. Reddit Lucio there. Oh my gosh, that was just mean, I feel.
That wasn't even down to the lack of heals. That was unfortunately on the side of Mitosis, they just split. They just split up in 7 million different directions, even though there's only 6 players. And you know, Zen, Corvus pushed a little bit too far, and then you had a couple of the very early picks there, and that was just the downfall, unfortunately, for Mitosis there. As they do take, on the side of Hercules, they do take map 1. Yeah, that was unfortunate. They definitely could have won it, Oppa.
Yeah.
Corvus was actually finding his footing on the Zen, but seems like he's now switched off to the Moira as, yes, full brawl in control center, as always.
They've decided they just want the heals now. They're going to run the heals at speed. And it looks like both sides opted for the maid to freeze down an. But actually, Harry gets frozen in that fight instead. Now, Ecology is getting a little bit split up from the rest of the team, and they're going to want to try and get Peel. Oh, that boot pushing Ecology back into the rest of Mitosis just means that Ecology is going to fall. Now, White Hammer is falling so low on that Reinhardt, taking the damage, and Corvus showing us they could be a DPS support on any support, taking out
any
2.
support. More remains be like, I have 5 golds.
Yep.
A nice wall though. That is huge, taking out Whitehammer this early. Harry not wanting to miss out on a kill feed either, and does take out Ecology, and that will be team fight already done and dusted.
Yeah.
As the points tick up for Mitosis to 20%.
We're seeing a complete change around right now with confident. It seems like Mitosis is far more confident in this sort of brawly comp here. We'll see with a good Maywall though, blocking off Ryujin. Ryujin's fallen slow. Coalescence is coming out, and that's going to keep Ryujin alive. But a good Bionade. The Shatter though. This is like a replay from round 1 where the Grav Shatter just saved the fight. That was incredible. Wow.
What is going on? It's like the winning team has a really bad first map.
Yeah.
And then they're like, smacks lips intensely. Yes, let's actually play a comp we're proficient at. And they're showing up. They really are, as Chaser and Turtle coming up with massive ults here.
And there's the grab, just slowing down the push. Sound Barrier does keep them alive, and then the Tire does connect onto Shion. Losing that Reaper, you might still have a little bit of value. 69% right now, and the Nano pushing up. He's going to jump onto point, and there's a Shatter, connects onto 2. Blizzard now, just freezing up TJ, but Turtle is probably going to fall because of it. TJ freezing again. Now the Blizzard's coming around by Ryujin. When I thought the fight was going to be looking pretty good for Hercules, the Blizzard comes through, but no, Hercules is now going to sustain with Weaver just getting kill after kill. They're probably going to get that cap on around about 94%, maybe 95.
Yeah, they did well, and Oppa, this is another deja vu.
Yeah.
My goodness, do you remember last match as well? They used every single ult they had, and they just like to press Q. On this map specifically, what is going on today? But on the side of Mitosis, they are coming up with some very good ults with Harry and Corvus as well. We saw the Shatter combo last time. Will we see it again? Huge anti-nade into the back again.
Oh, good anti-nade, and the grab means that Taze fusion falling as TJ does get the kill onto Xion, but I don't think... Oh, never mind. TJ's popping off now. Corvus with the coalescence as well. Charge onto Rogue One, and just like that, they're gonna fall.
Okay, Oppa, they may have won Mitosis, but they almost didn't. Absolute cut sleep from Apple. He animation cancelled Harry Bond's Shatter.
Wow.
How amazing is that? That is remarkable play from Apple there. Unfortunate loss, but we have tied it up 1-1 now. Yeah. If I had to pick who's going to win if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I don't know. It's so back and forth.
Yeah.
First map, Hercules was so dominant, but maybe that was just because Mitosis was on a I don't know, a team comp they weren't quite proficient in, because we saw once it came to dive, Mitosis were able to just out-sustain in that sense, and also the damage came through, which is far superior, as we see a little bit of Sombra action coming from Mitosis, whereas Xion and Aquology, they're going back to their comfort picks we saw in Gardens with the Tracer Echo.
Yep, absolutely. Now, it's going to be interesting seeing both teams now running a bit more of a dive comp. It's going to be interesting to see how, okay, that's how the comps are going to play out. I was going to say the difference in deep, just getting an early kill onto the main tank of Whitehammer. Corvus has fallen though, which is a lot of heal to lose. We talked about it in the halftime match. That could mean that Mitosis could come through and lose the fight just because of that one pick. It's going to be interesting to see. We've got a little bit of a focusing beam, doesn't get any kill, in an early cap for Mitosis here now. Does mean that this fight is going to keep going. Ecology flying and just trying to find someone to finish off, but no one's low enough for the focus beam to get the value. Whitehammer jumping onto Ryujin. They want to take out the Sombra, but Sombra recalls away. Harry B has taken down Rogue One. They've fallen in the background, and Taze now popping sound barrier. This fight is going on. Oh, what a beautiful boot!
What?
The duplicated Death Blossom is taken down by a boot. That is just so sad to see.
Taze, you are a monster, my man. That was amazing. Nikki and I were about to have a verbal argument about main tank or main aim support, but it seemed like my pick, my opinion, was far superior, as always. I'm not joking, but you know, the team that lost the main tank lost the fight, because they couldn't push in without that damage soaker. So well played by Mitosis there, and a beautiful boot by Taze. That will be something we won't soon forget.
Absolutely, that's going to go into a replay right there. Now we're seeing some good pathing by Hercules, just taking that path around to avoid any damage. A good grab, but the Moira can get out, and the Primal Rage keeps them alive, and then Primal Rage taking down Whitehammer at the same time, and now they're just going to collapse onto Hercules. TJ getting kill after kill. Quality does focus down Harry, but I think it's kind of a moot point right now.
Yeah, that won't last long.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. This is incredible. This is last fight territory here, Oppa, and I believe Mitosis has just woken up. Their ult planning has been so good, as we see Corvus, another amazing coalescence. His coalescence have been beautiful, as Whitehammer does fall early. Ecology able, that's both main tanks, but out of the fight now.
Yeah, and Nano came onto Xion, but Xion can value. We do see a duplicated self-destruct, once again not getting kills. The Echo Pick is good, but it's not getting the kills you want with it. Rogue One, they got a boot onto Corvus. Here we go, another self-destruct. May as well. And they do manage to cap point. Hercules just cap point in the nick of time.
They did, and they had to use ults. I mean, of course you do, it is Overwatch, but they didn't have to use too many on the side of Hercules. They do still almost have that shatter, and Xion coming up with a possible clutch Reaper ult here. On the side of Mitosis though, this is huge, right? Raijin has got that Sombra ult, and if he uses it correctly, it's just going to shut down everything I just said that Hercules has.
Exactly right. I mean, the EMP is just devastating. Early hack onto Reinhardt, and there's the EMP.
That's all five.
To
That's
all
five.
five.
That's it.
That's
That's
everyone. You can't survive that. Yep. Apple tries to stall it out. Weaver's given up, standing still. That's the cap right there. What are you gonna do?
Oh my god. Raijin, that was huge. Hacked the Reinhardt, so absolutely no shields, and then just EMP'd the rest of them. That's 6 hacks.
Yeah.
In total. That was madness.
Xion desperately death blossoming, but TJ responds. TJ doesn't care.
Yeah, nah, my death blossom's better than yours, bud.
Yeah, exactly right. And I think we're seeing deja vu, like you said earlier. Say it 3 times, deja vu. I mean, they're still trying. Oh my gosh, calm down.
Yes.
Here we go, yeah. Literally, first point looked all dominant to Hercules, and then Mitosis bring it back with taking 2 rounds, and quite dominant force.
Oh, amazing plays. I am just lost for words. It's just like, dude, it's amazing. Look at this shatter.
We literally saw it last game as well. The grab shatter play aim. How did it happen? Exactly play by play.
What is going on today?
Oh gosh. The question
well done,
is,
Mitosis, picking up Lijiang Tower, and obviously so the first match 1-0.
1-0 up to Mitosis. Can Mitosis copy the previous team SuperNova bringing a 3-0? That's going to be the real question. Or am I cast?
Don't cast the curse, man. I did it before, and it's not very good. I cast the curse the whole team. Apparently, they lost as soon as I said Custler's gonna win it for him. They lost every single map afterwards.
Yeah.
So I've tried to keep my lips shut, but the support on the side of Mitosis, Corvus. I mean, Corvus. I did call him out before this match started about how good his support players are. And he's proven me right, and I'm so happy because of it. I mean, yes, the Zen maybe wasn't a good pick there, but, you know, he made it work to the best of his ability, and credit to him. And then, of course, who can forget the coalescences that seem to always get, 2 picks at least. And then, not only that, of course, heal the rest of the team. Turtle has been absolutely rolling through them on that Reaper, showing who's boss, and who can forget Tay's boot on Apology as he duped the Reaper and then tried to use their own power against them, but that did not work. Xion has been showing up though on DPS. I must admit he has been playing quite well under the circumstances, so I will give credit to Xion. He's my standout player for Hercules at the moment.
Absolutely. I think you kind of touched on it a little bit, just a little bit of support difference almost. We saw at the start Corvus on the Zen, and there wasn't enough healing to sustain. But then swapping over that Moira, the Moira-Ana difference just seemed to make enough difference that the rest of the team could stay alive. So I think we're seeing a little bit of support difference right now. It's going to be interesting to see whether Rogue One and Apple are going to match it on King's Row.
It's true. I cannot forget Apple's sleep, the animation cancel Reinhardt shatter. That was beautiful. So there is potential in Apple's gameplay. But it's almost like I'm not watching the tanks. I don't usually do that, but I'm actually watching how the supports are playing around their tanks, and I'm just seeing just a little bit better positioning coming from Corvus and Taze, and maybe that's down to like Apple with the Ana. Maybe it's not the right pick here. Maybe Apple needs to land possibly more anti-nades to make sure that the Ana pick is viable. Because right now, Corvus is just having a field day healing his team up and then getting coalescence just instantly.
Now, one other thing we have to speak about is Ryujin. Ryujin playing on again. So this Sombra pick is going to make a huge difference. The hacks losing all abilities, and they just collapse onto white hack. TJ just doing mad damage, and this fight's already over. Losing the main tank, you can't do anything.
Well, I know why Apple's on Ana, just to finish that point really quickly, because Ecology is on that Genji. Their win condition solely relies on those two. I mean, yes, you could argue Weaver with the grab, But I would put it down to Apple and Equality, as we see a very early pick at you, Rogue One. What a charge!
Rogue One, they just got charged into a... Oh no, and Weaver falls just as quickly. Equality has pretty much built up Blade now, and Apple's got the Nano, so we're gonna that right now.
Yeah, so Rajan, his hacks have been crazy. Just landing the correct hacks every time. I mean, he hacked the May coming on to attack first point so that they couldn't wall off their Reinhardt. So very well played there. As Apple and Equality are coming up to that sacred combo.
Yeah, and here it comes. Nano Blade coming out. Well, no, the Nano has... Yeah, missed the Nano, but... And Corvus taking down Apple with the Coalescence. There was no value from that Nano.
No, because it hit the Lucio.
Yeah. Lucio's love to steal Nano Blades, or just Nanos in general. So...
Oseki, if you're watching this is for you, man. You are a Nano Boost stealer. Oh my gosh. Yes, Lucio's are they always do it.
Yeah,
I am an Ana main at heart, and I do feel you, Apple. I feel your pain. And
totally hack. TJ just kills. TJ burns down Whitehammer with the hack. Damage Orbs taking down Xion. This is looking painful for Hercules right now. That every push they're trying is getting shut down either by a hack or by a misplay almost.
I'm trying to think what they could do better, and maybe they take a leaf out of Mytheon's book here and rotate. Perhaps maybe not main.
Oh, the grab now, getting Equality split up from the team, meaning they can take out both. Blizzard comes out, but there's no value, so that's a completely lost ultimate. Weaver has finally taken down TJ, and out comes an EMP. Maybe didn't even need Rogue One. They're gonna get DPS. Reddit Lucio'd, doesn't quite die. Taze does give Rogue One a chance to get away.
Oh no, Apple.
Ooh, this is interesting. Apple's been taken so far back, but that's actually giving Hercules point presence there. They do get a tick, so they haven't lost this game. There is a chance for a win there if they have a really good defense. The kills do finally come through for Mitosis there last second. I think all of the team should have fallen back.
Yeah, Oppa, you're right. Only 3 of them did drop back. I think it tick's okay, especially the way that Mitosis is playing at the moment and the dominance that they seem to be performing at this time. I mean, Xion, unfortunate misplay with that May ult. It did catch the Reinhardt, but already the team, absolutely no follow-up for Hercules.
Now, here we go. Final fight territory here. Reinhardt trying to push through. Here comes the rest of the team. May picks up the Reinhardt, but doesn't block it. A huge block. But here comes the grab, and Lucio and Reinhardt fall in that grab. Coalescence trying to burn down the Tracer. Weaver does get the kill onto Harry B, but I think we're in desperation phases here. Someone has to try touching it. It's going to be the Tracer. We do see Equality. Where did Equality go? Equality died, and the Maywall came up and sent Equality flying. What?
He landed in France. That's where he landed.
Yeah, we will see Equality in Paris when we never play that map.
Try recall from that one, Equality.
Yeah.
Comes back to get it, and you get that feeling for deja vu.
Yeah, exactly right.
I can't do it, but damn, that would complete my bit I just had rolling there. Very well played from Mitosis, only giving up what I think 40% in total. There was slightly more than that 33% mark, but it really wasn't much. Mitosis, the hacks coming from Raijin have been so dominant and so good for Mitosis, and they're able to clearly call it out very effectively, and the rest of Mitosis just move in on that hack target, and more often than not it's poor Whitehammer that gets hacked. And
yeah, I mean, the Sombra pick was crucial, shutting down all your abilities. I think we're going to see that come into play once again on this defense. But Hercules, they've got a lifeline right now. The fact that they got that tick, if they have a perfect defense, they could actually win this map.
They could.
Yeah. If that happens, it would just be devastating for Mitosis, considering the forced here.
I would I would probably get up my out of my chair in moderate exasperation.
I like how you're not like shocked,
Oh my gosh.
just moderate here. Just a little bit confused.
I don't want to blow out the viewers' ears, but you know, I'd
Yeah.
be like, oh my gosh, Oppa, that is quite.
What is going on here?
No.
Now we do have the Torbjorn pick, and Turret's in a different window from last game. We'll see how this makes it different, but an early hack on Xion takes down Harry, but Xion falls as well. And an early kill is always beneficial for the attacking team because you have the closer respawn, you can get back, and so they'll be able to have a fight without Reaper pretty shortly now. They've taken down the turret, so it's not like it's still a six-man fight. And here it comes. Harry now pushing onto point here. Reaper's just about to return, but they've already got point presence now. Coalescence coming out by Corvus, really putting on the pressure. And they're building up point presence. No one's even touching. We see Rogue One, they're finally jumping on, but the kills are coming through now. Corvus getting the kills. Harry, now it is just Rogue. That was so fast.
Okay. Oppa, while you catch your breath, there was a Torb on defense, just like the last game.
Yep.
What is going on?
Deja vu. We didn't see any push. That was
We
quite
didn't.
a
That is
dominant
true,
defense.
But still, on the last possible push, we still saw the Torbjorn coming from the
Yeah.
team. Gosh, that was wild. Anyway, sorry. Back to what actually happened, and not just our amazement. Very well played there from Mitosis. A very dominant King's Row, and might I say, Lijiang Tower after the first map. Wild plays. Honestly, Corvus is really popping off on that support. And who can forget, of course, Raijin, and it's almost I'm going now from, especially in King's Row, not so much maybe the support diff, but now like the DPS from Raijin and Turtle were spectacular. Those hacks into the backline, or not even the backline, but the White Hammer just absolutely obliterated, and then, you know, Turtle was able to just boop, 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 boop as he held W with the shotguns. And yeah, poor Apple and Rogue One couldn't do much about it.
Absolutely. I think there was great communication by Mitosis there, calling out who they hacked and the rest of the team collapsing on them, getting the early kills straight away. It just made it really hard for Hercules to even show signs of life. We're going to move into Rialto, which I really, really hope we see a little bit more life. Especially considering if we're having a deja vu moment, Rialto was dominant for the winning team. So I hope we see a little bit of signs of life for Hercules here.
Yeah, I almost want to just message Turtle and just be like, yo, can you pull out Torb for the boys? And then see what happens. Oh, it's just been, beautiful plays from Mitosis. I think that communication has been vastly superior from Hercules. It just seems like their ult management and fight plans have been really well played. They have made a couple of good plays, Hercules, but it seems like Mitosis is able to download them after that fight. Maybe they've just got an extremely good ult tracker, and they're like, well, they used 4 ults, now we can just this, and this. So yeah, I'm loving this match so far.
Yeah.
Mitosis making a very enjoyable match for us to cast at this time.
I think we have to also recognize into playing. So we gotta recognize that we're playing.
I'm so sorry, but we have to recognize, and then you just cut out for a full 3 seconds.
Oh, okay. We have to recognize.
Yes, the silence of off.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have to recognize silence, complete silence. We have to recognize that the Hercules team has only been together for a month. So they are new. They are sort of, they're figuring stuff out right now. And so when you're playing against a team that has played together, that has been able to build a bit more communication and teamwork there, you will see a little bit more pressure involved, I guess is a way to put it.
Yeah, I'd say definitely, and again, that would be down to communication. You know, Mitosis, they've been a team for a long time, whereas Hercules are just trying to find their feet. You know, when it comes to playing as a team, let alone actually communicating effectively. So maybe that's where they are falling. I think the mechanics probably almost even. I'd say it's mostly down to the communication and positioning from Mitosis that are really winning them this. As we go into Rialto, comps? Comps.
Yeah.
Total on the Widow, that's what I'm going to say. Let's see if I get this right.
I hope we maybe don't see that Sigma Orisa comp we saw in the last team. I mean, they managed to keep quite a while, but once we saw them getting pushed off, it was wait, no, the Sigma Orisa comp, that was dominant. Sorry, I want to see that again. Absolutely, we could see that again. I don't want to see
with
the
Harry
messiness.
Yes. You've seen part of it with Harry and Chase on the Sigma and
Yep.
You do see this quite a bit in scrims at the moment, Oppa. You're seeing, if you do play that more pokey comp, the tanks that you do pick are the more survivable ones. So Harry's gone onto that Sig, and then we've got Chase onto the Roadhog. On the side of Hercules, however, dive. Looks like a bit of dive. No, bit of dive. Apologies, I was going full dive. Oh, no, a bit more dive.
Okay. Let's just
like,
jump onto everyone.
Tracer? No, yeah. It's quite divey except for Shion, who we're hoping to absolutely pop off on this win. Never mind!
No, Ryujin just getting the early kill onto Widow, and I mean, Farry.
Oh.
Don't get value here.
My man cutting out.
it's looking pretty good right now. I mean, realistically, Hercules has pushed up pretty far here. They've got a lot of space right now.
Yeah, and Equology was trying to flank. He has been caught out though on this flank. He's fallen very low, forced to recall, doesn't get any health back, and just dived upon instantly. Hasn't fallen yet though, as the front. There's not much of a front fight. It's all in the back.
Oh, yeah. They push up so far. They're already at capture point. They managed to push through the first phase without any issue here. Hercules showing that they like to play this dive. TJ finally taking down Equology. A good boulder by Harry lands, but doesn't get kills. As Shion does take down Corvus, but look how much space they're getting here. They've nearly capped already. I don't know what Mitosis has done differently here, but they just got kind of stomped on first point.
Yeah, I just don't think enough damage was able to fall upon Hercules for that to really go Mitosis's way. Turtle's trying his best, does pick up the 1v1 Widow duel, so well done him, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do swap these tanks after their ults, possibly. But look, Corvus has gone to that Zen, so they are looking for that the more damage, like I said. And you can play Zen in this comp because everyone's quite survivable, including Sig.
Now we saw a self-destruct come through, but not much value. But there's a whole hog. Fusion pops the rocket barrage, takes down Shion, then takes down themselves because Weaver flew into your face. Weaver's going to reset here. That is finally Mitosis showing some life.
I think it will be better with that Zen pick. I like it a lot more than... I mean, I don't know why BAP. Of all of them, BAP, I would have Ana, possibly. BAP's a bit rough because you can't heal from afar. Say, your Pharah dropping low or Turtle. You have to really aim those bombs, as we see a little pause. And as I said, nice little pick off. I can talk a little bit slower now.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Corvus with that Discord Orb, I think, will be vital when with Raijin absolutely destroying from the high ground there. And Taze just chilling with the boys.
Yep.
After damage boosting. But yeah, Turtle picking off Equology there early into the fight. Interesting Ashe swap. I would have stuck with Widow if I was Equology here, especially without that Mercy, because then you have to hit Widow in the head twice. Whereas on the side of Turtle, it's like, yeah, man, I don't need no Mercy. I'm good, and just pops your head in. So, I mean, unless Equology could make this work, he's just got to get a lot of value off that Dynamite and build Bob fast.
Absolutely.
Build Robert quite fast.
It does look like they're keeping the Widow and Shion, so they do still have that counter pick. It looks like they're just wanting to run a little bit more double hit scan here. 2 snipers. They're actually swapping up quite a lot. TJ taking down Shion. They're swapping to Sigma now to kind of match up.
They did just randomly Primal Rage again. I mean, I know he swapped, But that was a bit of a rip. And Turtle, my boy.
Turtle is making sure they can't walk out at all. You know, you guys are just, you can see it. Weaver's just, he's just emoting. They're just waiting.
Apple, don't die.
Now the sights comes out. TJ's looking for anyone that they can shoot. Turtle eyeing them up here, and it's going to be a hard push right now. Sigma's barrier to be able to shoot into... Corvus taking down Ecology.
Oh, Shion though, nice little pick. This probably will get rezzed back up though, but I do like this double sort of snipery comp that Hercules do have running. So you got Shion against Turtle, and then Raijin against Ecology. Oh, Ecology has gone back to the Widow.
Yep, there we go. Swapping back now. We see an early Gravitic Flux picking up 4, but most of them are out the back room, so there wasn't any kills. Oh, Turtle is just... Oh, Ecology. I mean, both Widows are popping off right now. 2 headshots by Ecology here. Sigma's starting to push up. They're taking this high ground now with Rogue One. They're just going to sit on point, as Lucio does very commonly do. Chase is wanting to fight back, pushing up on the Sigma, trying to find a little bit of pressure to stop this push from happening. It's interesting here.
Yeah, this is fine from Mitosis as long as they... Oh, never mind. As long as they hold this high ground and it just dropped off instantly. That's fine. It looks like Chase does go back there, just trying to deal with the Widow by himself in the back line. Nice little Valkyrie pop here that might be able to push in a little bit harder. Huge sleep onto Chase though. That will... And anti-nade.
Yeah.
Get out of this alive as Harry falls so low. Forced out trance.
Interesting that Apple was the one to fight Chase there. Harry B gets a kill onto Shion and got sights coming through by Ecology. There is no hiding now for Mitosis. Harry does take down Weaver, but the nano onto Hammer, that's scary. He's probably going to want to burn down Taze here. Chase pushing up. The Boulder doesn't get much. Ryujin taking down Ecology in the backline. They're so close to capping. Chase gets slipped just onto the point there, trying to boop him off. Oh, whole hog. This is going to be critical. The anti-nade really shut that down. Gravitic Flux is probably going to be the deciding factor here, I would believe, unless TJ can turn it around. Okay, I mean, this is so back and forth right now. It looks like Mitosis is finally grouped up, but the grab on by Weaver takes down Corvus. You've got to be out of this fight now. No, Harry wants to commit. They capped with the commit.
They kind of... I wouldn't say that was a C9. It's a bit mean towards Mitosis, but that was unfortunate there. They probably didn't have to lose that. But, you know, credit to Hercules. They put enough pressure on Mitosis to force them back.
Fortunately, we're seeing a very different Rialto map from the last match. So that's something nice that we can kind of have solace in.
Better than it's nice to see second point, let alone third. So
yeah, exactly right. We'll see whether Hercules now finish off third point. We've seen Mitosis swap up their comp a fair bit, now running Ryan Diva here. Rocket Barrage came out taking down Rogue One, but Shion, they took down Ryujin, but the numbers are all falling to Mitosis here. Now this is probably going to be a hold. Pulse Bomb does take down TJ, but it doesn't really matter.
No, not really when it's like that. I love how Turtle and Ecology are basically swapping heroes to counter each other with their own heroes. They're Widow, and now they're Tracer. It's a great matchup to see, and I'm really enjoying it thus far. I'm trying to think of that meme. Oh, the secret texts, but now I can't even remember the context. Never mind. There was something I had going there, but it completely escaped my mind. As we see a Ryan v Ryan now instead of the Sig. I really like this. It's a lot more brawly this third point.
Absolutely. This Zarya pick could be the difference. And Nano is going to give them a lot of pressure, but Reinhardt couldn't find anyone, and getting slept does mean burn away with value. Ryujin in the backline taking down Shion. That's a critical amount of DPS. Weaver does respond, but losing that amount of DPS meant that the tanks could get aggro, and you can see it there. Harry taking down Rogue One. It looks like Hercules is giving up this fight.
Yeah, they'll have to back off. Nice little nano there onto Corvus. Did you see Corvus's positioning as well? He's like behind enemy line, like, yeah, this is fine as he sits in fire. You know, not
but Corvus's positioning means that Ecology, good headshot, losing Ana heals. is going to be devastating. Mercy pops the Valk to keep the team alive, but Chase has been demech'd. Bob comes out, probably going to take down Chase. Chase just manages to get around the corner. Bob now burning away anyone who tries to come near to this payload. Gives them a lot of progress. They may be able to cap, but it's Rialto. Rialto is one of the harder points to cap here. It's going to be interesting to see Ryujin now left on their own with Reinhardt on point. Rocket Barrage coming out, takes down 2, and there's the third Xion getting taken down. The grab actually just outside of the Dragons. That was maybe a bit of a miss positioning of that grab, meaning grab Dragons didn't get any value, and Ryujin now being able to finish up the kills. Wow.
Do you know why that dragon wasn't on point? It's because Turtle was he was in the back line harassing the Hanzo enough so that when it did come through, then poor Equology just had to do a quick flick and just guess where it was. So guess payload, which is, you know, fair enough. If anywhere, it's probably payload. So that's why it probably, didn't clean up the fight at all. Yeah, so unfortunate, but very well played from Turtle, just harassing a Hanzo, which is very hard to do as Tracer because you just, I don't know, you just seem to have a magnet on your head when you verse a Hanzo. That's how I feel anyway, but you know, don't take anything from me. I'm a bad Tracer. Anyway,
when the higher skilled players,
skilled players, so we're seeing a little bit more. Winston Diva, and Turtle on that Widow again. He was absolutely popping off. We're seeing that Pharmacy, Corvus on the Ana, basically the same, except I reckon this is sort of that brawl dive hybrid that we've been seeing a lot of. So glad I haven't missed a meta. Still the same, has not changed one bit. Then Rogue and Apple. Oh, Equology opting for the Echo, perhaps a little bit more air support. And look, honestly, Echo v Pharah, I do find Echo does come on top.
Echo has far more movement, so Echo is a so we'll probably see that early bit of damage going in, but it's looking pretty stale at the moment. Trying to find the first kill, and Equology with a good sticky bomb to TJ. TJ falls because of it. The res does come through, but the rest of the team can jump onto Corvus during that. Hercules showing us how to dive properly, taking down that early pick, and there's the focusing beam taking down Harry.
Well, there's Equology absolutely popping off on the Echo there. That was, wow, there you go. He picked up, 4 kills that fight alone? So, well done, Equology. That will get them to almost first point. I think Mitosis here just... Oh, sorry. Wrong team. Good defense. I was going the wrong way completely. You stop me next time I did. Just don't hand me a shovel.
Oh, look out for it. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry.
My man out here yes, let him go further.
Early dive, meaning that TJ can be taken down. Dive, the location right now is really good for Hercules. As I say, that Harry B does dive onto Xion. Equology showing us how to play Echo. This Echo play is huge right now. Really good focusing beams, some really good sticky nades.
That is 4 kills again, and that will send Mitosis back to spawn.
Yeah.
Having to think about it. And they are out. This is the meta I left on, which was the sort of brawl dive hybrid of it was Reaper Sombra. Now we're going for the Tracer, maybe to, I don't know why, maybe to annoy the Xion on the other team a little bit more.
Yeah.
As a team here, you really want to stick together and just pray for the hacks to come through, which they have been. Credit to yeah.
Ryujin really showed us how to play some good pulse bomb, though, taking down Corvus early. That is going to make this a really hard push. A duplicate from Equology. Duplicate bomb does take down Chase. Taze is going to reset. Hercules is looking like they know how to play this map.
Is that look at where Turtle? I don't think you can see him, but Turtle is all the way in the back line. They do know where he is. We got the Diva just harassing Weaver a little bit, but yeah, the Turtle's just chilling. He mad chilling in the back line. Has he got Yeah, he's got pulse almost. No, he doesn't. He's 50%.
He's
Anyway,
40%, but that's all good.
it's close, you know, it's Teresa. Anyway,
yeah,
Harry,
exactly.
Harry, there we go. Nice little pick onto Ecology. The absolute carry of the defense so far.
Yeah, that is a huge pick off considering that Ecology has been kind of getting the major kills. Reddit Lucioing Xion, so there's no more that the tanks can jump onto Rogue One. They're taken down. Apple now getting electrocuted by Harry, but we do see a self-destruct coming through by Weaver. Doesn't connect onto anyone too high in that balcony, protected the rest of the team here. Chase getting those final kills. Mitosis finally coming through.
Wonderful job. Finally, we get a little bit of movement on the cart, and with the EMP ready to go, I don't see much of a way unless Mitosis really stuff this up.
There's the EMP. Yeah, the EMP comes through. Connects onto.
Yeah, though.
Yeah, no, but they capped. No one wanted to touch. No one wanted to touch there.
Right? I can. It's hard, but
because of the EMP, there wasn't a chance that they were going to win that fight, or there was a rough chance they were going to win that fight. They had a little, but
Ecology duplicated. That's a massive old dart.
Yeah.
He got no value. In fact, he probably gave value to the other team more than anything because old charge.
Yeah.
Anyway,
absolutely. Unfortunate duplicate there. But Rogue One and Taze, they both just pop a good boop there. Good environmentals. Now we see Harry B and Chase both popping their ults. Chase taking down Apple. There's no more healing right now. Rogue One hacked, so they can't pop the sound barrier here. And it looks like we are just seeing Hercules now stalling out on that point. They're regrouping up on this high ground. Ryujin is just making it really difficult right now for Hercules to play at all. And it looks like we see a coalescence coming through by Apple, sound barrier as well. They really want to win this fight, and Xion taking down Corvus early means that they are going to. Apple taking down Ryujin, and another boot by Rogue One.
Oof.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the best place to hold on second point Rialto. It was just above those high ground stairs. I mean, you know, it's over Anakin. I have the high ground. Because it will be if Hercules can play as well as they did a first point. Because honestly, with Aqua on the Echo, they have been doing a pretty dominant defense so far. As we see, Ecology already got another duplicate, despite accidentally throwing it away.
Ooh,
but that doesn't matter.
TJ.
It's Turtle.
Well, White Hammer does take down Taze, but it's just a little bit of speed and a bit of healing. White Hammer now popping that Primal Rage into the corner round. Xion takes down Turtle, and it looks like this is a good defense. You'll want to reset because of this time bank.
No, 100%. But, Oppa, let me just draw you real quick to how many ults Mitosis has for next fight. They have almost 5 ults coming here, and the big one, of course, is that EMP. This EMP is going to be absolutely huge, and if Turtle can land a sticky bomb on, I would try and stick it on the Lucio, because that would be huge. We'll see what happens here. Nothing, though.
Pulse Bomb coming out first. Yeah, not connecting onto anyone, and we do see less push, but Ecology in this backline trying to harass Harry B, taking down both healers now. That is huge picks. Realistically, even with Ecology, yeah, they just get a straight cap.
That's it. They didn't even have to do EMP. They didn't have to do any of the 3 ults. They kept 3 ults.
Yeah.
Well done. Corvus's coalescence was huge there. Kept his team alive, but also killed off 2 members on the side of Hercules. And then, you know, Turtle, while the pulse bomb didn't get anybody, it split Hercules. So they were all in different directions, and Harry and Chase took advantage, and Chase got 2 kills in that fight alone, so well played by Mitosis there.
Absolutely. Now we see White Hammer diving in, but Xion taken down early by the responsive dive of Harry. We do see a self-destruct coming out. Weaver takes down Chase, and another self-destruct by Chase is going to take down the Ecology duplicate. I don't know if that's what you're really wanting. I didn't see EMP get too much value there, but apparently it was popped. Now sound barrier is coming out by Rogue One, and here comes Taze in response. This fight is just an ultimate, just messy fight here. Taze manages to take down White Hammer. This fight is crazy. There we go, Taze on Reddit loot. doing. Take down Ecology. Mitosis is alive here. They see the point. They see the pretty little box that they want to touch. They're pushing ever slowly there, and it looks like Hercules. They're getting scared. Don't do a San Francisco shock where you don't touch on the final fight here. This is not what you want to see. They do manage to jump back onto point here. We've got Whitehammer. He's jumping into the back line and Primal Rage, pushing everyone around, but there's so much damage. Whitehammer's health is falling so low. Xion gets a good pulse bomb. Here comes the self-destruct. Who's it connect onto? Just gonna demech Chase, but I mean, a Diva out of mech on this final fight here is gonna be huge. You need to be touching points, and realistically, the kills are all coming out for Hercules right now. A huge coalescence burning down the remainder. Wow. Just Taze left now, stalling onto point.
Wow. There you go. Well,
yeah.
Well played, Hercules. They do take that map. So, Mitosis still lead, but they lead 2-1 now. We will see some assault maps.
Yeah, exactly right. We're gonna see the assault maps. We're not gonna see a full-on dominant win, which is good. You know, we don't. It's good to have variety. It's good to have a bit happy Hercules. That I think they showed us the comp that they prefer to run this time.
I would say so. They are a little bit more, I think maybe it wouldn't be down to communication, I would say. It's just that they prefer that Winston Diva scenario there. I think they played a lot better together. Maybe the Zarya is not such much a comfort pick on the side of Hercules, and because the Diva managed to eat one of Turtle's pulse bombs back there. So yeah, wonderful players from the tanks. That match, and Apple got he got his worth of that coalescence towards the end there, so well done.
Absolutely. I think realistically both teams did really well. It looked a lot more, but just the dive communication, I feel, came out just a little bit on top with Hercules. Ecology, especially on that Echo, I feel like Echo made a huge difference in terms of being able to get huge sticky bombs, huge headshots just with the left clicks. I mean, yeah, really good stuff.
I mean, how can't we talk about Ecology? He must. Unfortunately, I actually didn't really focus on the cards, but he surely got more than like 40 elims that match. It was absolutely huge. He absolutely popped off. Rogue One, they are doing an amazing job as well, speed boosting around Whitehammer and Weaver there and getting quite a lot of boots, so they did really well last map. As we are going on to Volskaya Industries, would you call this level with Draw Nubis or not? Change my... What would you say?
I have really mixed opinions on Volskaya, in my opinion. Sometimes the matches, they're just constantly on-off, continuously capping points. And then other times it's just a full-on dominant hold point. I think Volskaya is really kind to the defense on second point. So we might not see a draw Nubis with Volskaya.
I'm going to say, just like Reddit's controversial, r/controversial opinions, and they turn out not to be controversial at all. I would say Paris and Volskaya, the looks and the visuals are far superior in Paris. Paris is so beautiful. And you got Volskaya, and it's just this ugly grey.
Yeah.
Whereas Volskaya, I do prefer the assault layout of Volskaya.
Yeah.
Please, Paris, take note, cough, cough. Anyway, Corbett is back on that Zen. We've got some pharmacy action. Now we're seeing Turtle, though, not wanting to miss out on the hacks and Ecology as well. So Turtle and Ecology going head-to-head on the Sombras.
Yeah, interesting to see Turtle taking that Sombra dead. And Ecology getting an early kill onto Harry. That's going to be huge for this attack, especially considering that that's the main tank. Yeah, we see Chase and TJ both full. Just Ryujin trying to stall out on the Pharah, getting hacked out of the sky. That fight was instantly over the second Harry died.
That was unfortunate. I didn't actually catch how he died there, but he must have just got caught out immediately by Ecology and it just burnt down. So well played, Hercules. They now have 6 minutes. 6 minutes.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Hercules has noticed that they are the dominant force in this dive and pick out the crucial picks early. I like seeing Ryujin pick this Reaper to really just kill any value that especially Winston and Diva are gonna get. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that works. Coalescence coming through by Apple, though, shutting down Reaper's damage right now. But now they don't have it for this fight here. So it's going to be interesting to see how they sustain. They're just going to use Sound Barrier and a bit of Primal Rage. Primal Rage, he jumps off but takes Harry B with him. Both Winstons are gone. And the kills, because of that, once again, are going in the way of Hercules here. A good Pulse Bomb does take down Rogue One. They're gone out of this fight. And if the defense can just stall out, they're going to be able to do it. But it's just Ryujin on the Reaper now. Harry B finally returns. We see Whitehammer return as a Wrecking Ball. Ecology now taking down Taze. This fight is live and it is going to keep going until one team fully dies.
Everybody.
Yeah, exactly right. This is why 2TP.
Push them out despite such a commanding ult advantage. There we go. Both coalescence from both sides. I cannot believe a single tick that wasn't given up there. Well played, Mitosis, as Harry does fall. I know Harry falls Equality here. Very well played as the sound barrier comes, keeping Mitosis alive. Chase taking down Rogue One, and that'll be Hercules now retreating with tails between the legs, despite I think every ult used from every single person.
Ryujin's the only one holding their ult right now. Oh, what is going on?
That was wild. This is 2P, ladies and gentlemen, in Overwatch. You might commit 6 ults and still not gain a tick.
Exactly right. I mean, the defense has so much value, like I said on this last point. You can just stall out. If you keep the kills coming through one at a time rather than all dying at one, stall out. Huge EMP coming through. Only connects onto the tanks, though. It was going to be big, but then it didn't connect on. Ryujin taking down 2 now. Mitosis, I think they're going to shut down this fight really quickly. Taze taking down Whitehammer. Yeah, Weaver jumps off the map.
That was very well played there by Rajan there. That was massive Reaper ult, and it picked up 2, but I know I seem to say it every time, but the value of just splitting Hercules apart has just blown them apart in terms of like just regrouping after something like that happens. They don't go one single direction. They're like, well, we may as well blow up, and Mitosis just take full advantage of it. So well played. They have burnt off half of the time bank. Let's see how they go for the next 3 minutes.
Now, Lucio got hacked early, and the tanks dive Lucio instantly, and yep, Taze falls because of it. Huge hack in response by Hercules there. Sound Barrier comes out to give the hack on point, and Chase is now going to pop a self-destruct. How many is it going to get? Unfortunately, none there. Coalescence now coming through by Corvus. They want to win this fight here. Corvus is burning through the rest of the team. Here comes Weaver's self-destruct now. This is just Ult City. Well, Hercules is finally taking a bit of point presence. But the stall is so good on defense here. One person just keeps touching point, whether it's Tracer, whether it's Moira. Whitehammer has forced out to use the Primal Rage, trying to push Harry off. Harry nearly falls off the map, but manages to survive. There's the first tick. That's what you want to see.
That's all we want.
Yep, exactly right. But the rest of the team is back. EMP now. Harry falls because of it. They want to win this fight. That's what we're seeing right now. They want to win this badly. High Noon coming through by Shion connects onto... This is going to... Yeah, there's a McCree now. Shion picked McCree just on the start of this fight and managed to build up High Noon.
Wow. Credit to you, man. Shion, well done. Nice hack onto the ball. He will fall instantly. Hercules have got this. I know they will stall, but well done. Although, Mitosis, they held for 4 minutes and 10 seconds. So there are some silver linings in this. I mean, it was almost inevitable for Hercules to win that. I mean, 6 minutes is wild, like absolutely insane to take second point. So well done there, and Shion just switching off to McCree and already building ult very quickly and picking off 2 because of it. So well done, Hercules. They do take it with 1 minute and 41 seconds as we swap Mitosis attacking.
Mitosis now wants to be the dominant force here. They would have pushed so far. They will. Yeah,
100%. They will want to attack very hard and very fast as we see the classic dive brawl comp. And Yep, I think it's mirror. It's basically mirrored from both sides
Yeah.
here. Rogue One, they will probably want to go onto the Lucio. Yeah, there we go.
There it
So
is.
absolute mirror comp here. I would say that the defending Sombra has the advantage here, but if I said that last game, no one would believe me since Ecology made attacking Sombra work pretty much in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, Ecology getting that early kill meant that they could just push through. So I think we're looking at...
Oh,
Oh,
Hopper,
hello.
we're looking at something?
Yeah, no,
yeah.
we're looking at
something.
Ryujin to do the exact
man.
same thing. Now, so we're gonna see how they want to play that out. Xion, look, oh, okay, no, Xion does go back to the rest of the team. It's interesting to see them positioned there and then just return to the team. I guess it does freak out Chase and Harry. They started looking around, just trying to find a Sombra or a Tracer lying around. They're starting to push in. Weaver flying away because Weaver doesn't want to get demicked early. You don't want to make a mistake here. And Apple finding Ryujin. That is such a good pick. You see it now. Yep. Harry gets, White Hammer even gets so aggressive. Hack onto Taze, and Taze is going to fall because of that Apple burning through Taze there. That's an early fight just from some really good hacks, really.
Corvus not to be outdone by Apple. He might die, but he does actually pick up Ecology towards the end. So you could, if you use a very fast attack, it would be a 6v6, a 6v5, sorry. But it seems like Ecology will just get back in time because poor Chase did have to get his mech back.
Yeah, we do see them be aggressive quickly. They tried to hack the Winston, didn't get it through twice now, unfortunately. Out comes the Primal Ranger.
Hacked immediately.
Finally lands onto White Hammer there. White Hammer, he's getting burnt down. Lots of damage coming through. Supports are doing really well, keeping White Hammer alive. Coalescence on both sides, and because Apples was a bit later, it's going to be a little bit more value. But TJ taking down Xion could be the game changer here. As long as Turtle can get a few more critical kills, they pop the pulse bomb, but no, get taken down. And I didn't even see Harry pop Primal, but Harry's just running around in the back, not really doing too much.
No, that was interesting, to say the least. Didn't get anything by it. In fact, got hacked and just basically pub stomped for ultimates. The poor guy walked into the bar and just got rolled. He got I don't know. It was coming together in my head, and then it just went.
You know, it's the train left the station before the thought could be built. It's all good, mate. It's all good.
I don't even. Look, man, I think 20 minutes late as well. I was like,
you missed that train. You were a day behind the train. No, that's all good. I really hope Mitosis can come together. They need to communicate this dive better. There's the EMP, taking down White Hammer instantly. You couldn't keep White Hammer alive there. Rogue One. Oh, what happened to that EMP? Oh, I got everyone, I guess. It worked really well, but the kills didn't come through. I didn't see the animation on my screen, so I got a little bit confused. But it doesn't really matter because Ryujin takes down Ecology. Both coalescences are coming through now. It's looking pretty desperation right now for Hercules as the kills are coming through. Now, Apple and Xion just stalling it out. Taze pops that sound barrier, and there goes Rogue One. They've fallen to chase here. Hercules, they're coming back. They are coming back, but the kills are still looking like they're favoring Mitosis here. So much time bank has burnt down there. I don't know whether Mitosis is going to be able to come back. They do manage to finally get that cap. Just Ecology and Tracer left stalling.
They'll be able to match it if they win it in one, maybe two fights. Because you do get another, I think, minute and a half on the clock. I can't actually remember. Goodness. But look, they will be able to at least match if they do this extremely well. They do
3 minutes.
They do have 3 minutes. There you go. So they have a couple of fights then. They should just build up EMP Blossom is huge.
Oh, that's such a big combo.
EMP Blom. Corvus almost has another coalescence. And look, Apple's only at 27%.
Oh, no, yeah. And an early hack onto Apple meant that could start pushing in here. They popped the Death Blossom without the EMP, which I think is a little bit of a mistake. And a huge responsive EMP, but the kills are coming through. I top this here.
What?
What is happening?
That was a six-man EMP.
6-man EMP, but the kills went to the other side. Weaver now pops a self-destruct. This is probably going to favor the defense, but there's a lot of positioning on point right now for Mitosis. Weaver is stalling out because of Apple's clutch heals, and now we see a Doomfist by Equality come through, giving up on that Sombra. You just want those quick picks with the Doomfist punch. Out comes a Primal Range by Harry B. I think it's going to be a win here for Hercules. The defense is going to sustain itself. Oh, but Harry B's an angry monkey, and he's going to take down 2.
That's not enough, unfortunately.
No.
These Primal Ranges have probably been the most interesting I've had to cast because you either get no value or quite a bit of value.
Yeah.
You either feed 1,000 HP to your enemy or you get a couple of kills. It's very interesting. Very interesting strat. The life of a Winston.
Yeah, exactly right.
You
it's
either
either
feed your brains out or you win.
I mean, it's a toddler in a supermarket. Parents either give them full attention or they just ignore them, and it's been both stories with these Primal Rages.
Mum can't make up its mind.
Yeah, exactly right.
Oh,
Here comes an EMP. Shion. Oh, but the sound barrier was perfect. Rogue One, they hit around the corner, made sure they didn't get caught, and that was critical. Chase does manage to take down White Hammer, but the defense will be able to get back quickly. Coalescence coming through, trying to keep the team alive and burn them down. Self-destruct and Meteor Strike. It's going to connect onto just Harry B, but taking down that tank is going to be critical here for the defense. One tick nearly got greedily brought through, but they do manage to get on point just on time, Hercules.
Yeah, they do. Last fight territory too, unless this one's like ultra mega speed, but I highly doubt that.
Yeah.
This will be last fight territory here as Chase is just trying to end himself so he can get that mech back in spawn. Not many ultimates from both sides. They did have to commit a lot, but it is favoring the defense slightly with White Hammer with the Primal, and also Shion out here with the Reaper ult, almost same as Turtle as well. So almost exactly the same ults.
Yeah.
To a piece.
Absolutely. It's gonna be pretty even, but early kill onto Ryujin. So unfortunate. That means no gonna happen, and Ryujin's ultimate building has taken quite a bit of time. You know, we've been waiting for these ults to come out, and the first 5 minutes, it feels like the ult hasn't come out. It's really quite a struggle here. Harry now trying to touch point. Corvus giving the Coalitions just to give them the health to get on. Oh, but a big death blossom both sides, but TJ gets the value from it. Apple's Coalitions takes down Tay. And now these fights, you think they're going one way, and then it goes the complete other way. Self-destruct now by Weaver, just gonna get people off point. It's so back and forth that Hercules finally claimed that.
How many Diva bombs? I just felt like there were just so many. Anyway, GG Hercules. This is now 2-2. This will go down.
Moving to Ilios.
We're actually seeing Ilios.
Yeah.
This is nice. This is Poggers. Wait. I got banned from saying Poggers. Not Poggers. Anyway, well played, but look at this. He just arrived.
Yeah. We didn't even know there was a McCree on point, and then we saw the high.
I was confused. I was like, wait, what? I only knew because of it's high noon. I was like, hang on, wait, what?
Yeah, why am I hearing high noon? What's going on?
Oh. Okay.
Now, Ilios, this is going to be interesting because we saw Mitosis struggle on first point, then go complete dominant when we watched Lijiang Tower. Are they going to be able to replicate it, or is Hercules going to try for this dive comp that they're obviously just so much more confident in?
100%. If I was Hercules, you'd just drive that dive comp to the ground. I think their communication has... Hang on, sorry. I think their communication has vastly improved. Maybe they are listening, or maybe it's just out of spite. Fair enough too. I've been a little unfair to Hercules, and I feel like their communication's been a lot better. Aquology has... His EMPs have been startlingly amazing. Let's just call it that. I've lost for words. EMP'd my tongue. They have been incredible EMPs there. Who can forget Shion as well? Not just getting that play of the game, but also his trace has been absolutely popping off. really. So I would force the dive comp, and look, dive does definitely work on Milius, especially Ruins works because you have that little bit of high ground here and there. You can also use Lighthouse. Well, you can dive on well, but usually a little bit more pokey.
Yeah.
Well, so you usually see the Roadhog Sigma perhaps pulled out on well, but that's not where we are at, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Ruins. We will probably see another Turtle v Aquology with the Widowmaker. I mean, this is the Widow.
Yeah, exactly right.
This has got to be a yep. There you go, Winston and Diva for Whitehammer and Weaver respectively, and yeah, it seems like the support still want to stick to that Moira Lucio, which is fair enough. They are currently probably the best. You can definitely make Ana work though, but it's a little bit harder since if you dive an Ana, yes, she has kind of the escape options, but Moira's just able to fade and go, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
And that can just be so good in a brawly sort of fight, which this team is, especially the comps that they're running, you want that sort of escapability and survivability in a lot of these comps. And we're seeing Shion with the Tracer as well, probably getting to the backline to annoy Aquology on that famous Echo as we dive into some Ruins.
Here we go. Echo already focusing beam, but TJ on the Reaper just burns through Whitehammer, and Rogue got booped off by Taze. This is going to be an early cap for Mitosis as they take down everyone with Reaper.
That's it. And no Widow. I'm a little sad, I must admit. I wanted to see some Widow, but Reaper is quite strong, especially in this comp that they are running here, and Turtle just able to press W, lol, and
yep, exactly.
Parries so quickly, and then Tay's beautiful boop onto Rogue.
I really like this Reaper pick because Reaper makes dive a lot harder. When you dive onto a Reaper, he will eat all your health away, and we see Turtle doing that right now. Aquology though getting take down the healers, and now there's no healers on the board for Hercules as they fall. TJ now going to just try chase down. There is a duplicated bomb by Aquology, but Aquology gets de-duplicated there and realistically has to fly home. Weaver standing still, accepting his fate.
Fair. You just want to die when you mini Diva as well. That was a very interesting duplicate bomb. It just went west and never came back. Got absolutely no value because unfortunately it almost went off the side of the cliff. Anyhow, Aquology noticing that Echo probably not the pick here and is opting for the Sombra to match the other Sombra, but obviously without saying it, behind on ult charge.
Yeah, I mean, early.
Able to
pick.
Fade.
Unfortunate kills right there. Early pick on Harry B means that there is onto Whitehammer. It means there is no in for this fight. They have regrouped now and they're going to be able to push in, but we're moving into a pretty close to last fight territory depending on how long this fight goes out for. Sound barrier comes through onto Rogue One, and here comes a self-destruct as well. Doesn't connect onto anyone. Meanwhile, Corvus's Coalescence is keeping people alive. Aquology hacks Taze off the map. That's going to be pretty devastating, and Shion taking down TJ, the Reaper counterpart here. Both tanks are now falling low. EMP probably didn't need to be committed there. You've won that fight.
A little bit of a misplay there, but Aquology beats Raijin to EMP.
Yeah.
And he started with a 50% deficit? Yeah, one of those two. And still, but we've got EMP Bomb, we've got EMP Blossom from Mitosis, so if they can make this work, there's no reason why Turtle just can't clean house against
perfect combinations that they could work with. As long as they pop EMP first. We have seen Turtle just pop the Death Blossom early, so here it comes. There's the EMP. No other ultimate coming through just yet, though. They decide they want to try and get the kills with pure damage. Here comes the Death Blossom now. Takes down Rogue One. They're out of this fight. And a hack onto Aquology means that the Sombra isn't going to do much at the moment. And a lot of kills are ending up on Mitosis' side here. Apple falling low. It's 99%. Shion wants to touch but gets booped away. Shion does just get on. Pops the Death Blossom but gets hacked out. Devastating stuff. Now we got the Wrecking Ball just coming through. Self-destruct to get them off point. It's going to be a bit of stall, just touch back and forth, but I mean, if they can regroup, they can do it. But the hack onto Whitehammer means they fall so quickly. He's taken out of this match up here. Ecology's falling low as well. Has to use the translocator to get out of here. We've got to... Oh my gosh! The EMP pops out, and there's a huge bomb because of the EMP bomb here. TJ trying to stall out. This fight is so messy, but it could go in the way of Hercules, and I think it might. It's just Harry and Lucio now stalling out. Taze, what are you going to do? You get hacked. They're going to cap.
They are going to cap. Credit to Hercules. They did it. The EMP bomb was absolutely clutch. Ecology just getting EMP so quickly here. And I mean, the Apple with the coalescence able to keep his team alive while Corvus was nowhere near his coal. So very well played from Hercules, and they're able to have another spice at life here on Ilios. As we see Rogue One, they have their sound barrier ready and waiting for Raijin's EMP. As we see,
Coalescence. There's the sound barrier, and good pulse bomb onto Corvus there. No more Coalescence for you, Corvus. Apple pops the Coalescence as well, trying to take down TJ, and Rogue finishes off TJ. They just Reddit Lucio'd out that fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, he just kind of had to leave there politely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
exactly.
Almost a deja vu, although Mitosis are coming back with more ults. Taze now got that sound barrier. Harry, Chase also with the bomb, but that's EMP. Is there any follow-up?
Yeah, there it is. Huge Death Blossom. When you think it's out and over, here comes an EMP though. Can there be any value to follow up? No,
Everyone died.
Dead. Just Shion stalling out, seeing whether they can stay alive. But the hack, no, Shion is taken out, and that's going to be a cap.
Credit to Hercules. They kept it going for that little bit longer, but
yeah,
Mitosis unfortunate. White Hammer.
You may as well. It's the end of the round. Pop the mines and die to the self-destruct.
Because Hammond himself, when he blew up, he just flew, and I think that's what made me laugh.
Nice.
Absolutely flew.
Yeah.
Anyway, very well played. Mitosis now picking up the first map of Ilios, 1-0 after an extremely back and forth. That could not have been closer, especially with Ecology. I am feeling a little bit of that Sombra diff. Ecology able to just get those EMPs quite a bit faster, actually, I would say.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
Turtle is, my goodness, that Reaper pick is doing wonders on the side of Mitosis here. As we see the same sort of dive, same supports, just with the same DPS as well.
Yeah, no, it's a complete mirror matchup right here. They want to take this to the limit here. And I mean, both teams running comp right now, so even. Like you said, Turtle, Ryujin, all fighting it out. Just a little bit critical plays on either side, meaning that each team is looking really good. Early hack onto Shion means Shion can't push in as aggressively here, and the DMAC onto Chase is gonna make it harder for Mitosis to win this. Harry now falls. They do get the cap, so they get a little bit of greedy, sort of just couple of percentage here as they fall. Losing Harry was rough, but at least you captured point. The more percentage you can build from this, the better.
Better, right? And that means, instead of coming back to the fight with maybe, 20% on the board, there might only be 10% by the next fight. If that, as, you got the speedy Lucio boy coming back.
Yeah.
But that was ult very quickly. We've already got Corvus. He did build Coalescence slightly slower, but now he's got it for the next fight as he picks up
taking down
so quickly too.
Yeah, Ecology falling, that's going to mean they're going to be aggressive. Yep, here it comes. Corvus popping out the Coalescence. And because Ecology fell, can't use that EMP in this fight here. Yeah. No EMP. And it looks like the tanks are falling finally as well. Weaver getting... And it's going to be just a little bit of burning down there. And that's going to be flip.
Yeah, so instead of being on maybe 20%, they're now only on about 33, and Mitosis will be up to 33 before we know it. And that is a very late pick on a very crucial target as Apple falls to Turtle shotguns there. As, Mitosis start trying to find their footing, and EMPs from both sides with almost Death Blossoms from both sides. Cheyon's taking up the rear a little bit, but I'm sure just a couple of shots into a monkey's head, and that will be...
here comes EMP, connects onto 3 there, doesn't really get the kills, but the responsive EMP by Ryujin means that monkey's... Oh no, but there are other... Hercules does have more kills right now. Self-destruct has to pop out. And Shion pops Death Blossom. Why? Shion was like, well, if I'm going out, I'm taking you with me. And Hercules are probably going to flip point, but I mean, Mitosis, they do want to try this defense. And actually, they're getting back quickly here. They could be able to stall this out and potentially even win. No, the flip finally comes back. Sound barrier, Rogue One, they have to bring out the sound barrier. Corvus, though, has taken down Apple. No, there we go. That's the win Hercules wanted.
That's the win that they want, yeah. And they are... Mitosis did get to 69%. Nice. But that is Hercules now. And it's almost match for match. You know, one team gets to exactly the same percent and then the other. Because we'll see another 69%. At least by the time Mitosis takes it, if they do, as Tay's still got that sound barrier, probably holding it for equality, so close to EMP here.
Now we've got 2 coalescences on the map and a primal rage. The hack comes through by Ryujin, getting 4. They should be able to follow up on that if they get a little bit aggressive, but they don't. Oh, White Hammer gets hacked off the map, I guess. White Hammer can't jump back on. Weaver pops the self-destruct, and TJ, oh, the Death Blossom, but into the well because of the self-destruct. This well is taking so many lives today, so many boops. Chase nearly gets thrown in, as well as a Ryujin even, but they managed to survive that there. This fight is going so back and forth, but it's looking like Hercules is going to come through with the Death Blossom. Apple taken down by Harry B, but Chase's DMX, so White Hammer could just jump all over everyone. This is going to be Hercules taking well.
Lighthouse it is.
This is to the wire.
I wasn't expecting this. I certainly was, especially after the Mitosis 2-0. I was expecting, again, like the deja vu, but we're on new territory here. Yep. I'm scared.
This is...
Oh my gosh.
This is great. When we thought Hercules was just down and out, they showed us a new comp they can play, and they showed us how to play it. I'm really enjoying this match now. It's really fun.
Oh, definitely. They clearly have those 1 or 2 people going, yeah, come on, guys. Yeah, and you know, in the right mindset, you're like, oh, yeah, come on, guys, we can do this. But in the wrong mindset, you could take it the other way and just be like, shit it. But clearly, you know, someone's had a little talk to them halftime, being like, bruh, come on.
Yeah.
And they have Hercules. The communication seems to be much, much improved. Pathing and just ultimate usage. So it's very even matchup. It could go either way.
Yeah, this is exciting stuff. And looks like we've got Hercules trying to get an early dive, trying to find an early kill. But the hack onto Winston means he gets booped up by Taze. By Hammer does take down Chase as well. But it's so back and forth. Losing the monkey is probably a little bit more critical here. Realistically, but it all depends. Mitosis, they don't want to get onto point, giving Hercules the early cap. Weaver now demeched. It could be anyone's fight here, but the less you fight for Mitosis, the more point percentage we're going to see for Hercules here. Coalescence now coming through by Corvus, keeping the team alive. Another boop by Taze. Taze is just being so critical here. And EMP already by Ecologies means Corvus falls off the map. Rogue One gets a boop onto Harry, and Weaver gets a boop onto Taze. That EMP was critical in just so many environmental kills.
What the hell was that? Ecology. Excuse me, how many boops? How many environmental kills are we seeing? This is absolutely insane. I want to see from his first person's perspective how fast he built that thing. I reckon 30-second EMP there. That's wild.
That's absolutely incredible. And just knowing to commit it, even though
right?
That was huge plays. The Death Blossom in the background does get eaten up. So, unfortunately, no kills for Shion, but Apple does punch Corvus in the face and manages to take that out. Self-destruct by Weaver, gets the mech back. And I think this fight's already done. They're leaving.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But look, going back into next fight, Mitosis do have the lead in ultimates, especially with Shion, unfortunately not getting too much with that Death Blossom. I mean, look, he did get something in terms of Mitosis having to back up here as a
Ooh.
massive EMP.
Yeah, Ryujin gets the EMP. Out comes the Death Blossom by Turtle. 2 players are down. TJ follows up onto Whitehammer here. They want to get onto point. They've already built up 90%. It's going to be at 91.
And Equology also having that EMP. This could be over, especially the way that Equology's been using his EMPs have been absolutely staggering, really. Very fast. And look, I thought some fights were lost, and then boom. Equology's like, I'll show you.
I'll just shut everyone down. Yeah.
Right? So we're really hoping for some huge plays here. There's an EMP comes out.
There it is.
5.
Wow, that is a great EMP. Taking down Harry Earth does respond, taking down the other Winston counterpart, and Corvus's Coalescence actually cleaning up the rest of the kills there. That EMP looked good, but didn't get the follow-up it required.
No, unfortunately, Whitehammer just got a little bit too greedy and jumped onto Turtle's awaiting arms and gave him a big death cuddle, and sent him straight back to spawn. And so that's what happened there. And unfortunately, once you've lost your Winston, you know it's not a lot to go around when you lost your big monkey boy. So they did fall there, especially with Corvus just zapping away Equology, who used Translocator to EMP that fight.
Yeah, I mean, really good place. And I think, was Corvus in the EMP? I think just wasn't in the EMP. The fact that getting the Coalescence off was huge. Now, good hack onto, a huge hack by Ryujin. Apple falls, but TJ's fallen too. Why are we seeing EMPs that are going the other way? We've seen it consistently here.
Well,
Harry pops the Primal Rage. We do enjoy seeing a good Primal Rage, but can anyone touch? Can TJ get on just on time? 3 seconds left. TJ's just going to be able to get on along with Taze. We got Diva here now, but Equology pops the EMP and Shion pops the Death Blossom. There's no way you can turn from that. Hercules takes it all.
That was a surprise win.
What?
That was a very surprise win. Wow, I am blown away. Well done, Hercules. You've made already speechless man speechless.
Yeah, Rogue One, we're probably going to see some pretty good boops here in this play of the game. Or no, just a little bit of Reddit Lucioing, even while you're hacked. But wait, hello, play of the game? What is it?
Yeah,
there we go. There we go.
There we go. Well done. They played very well. And wow, after giving Hercules all the disregard in the world from the first 2 matches, because Mitosis is looking so strong. Now, pulled it all together.
I see we have a special guest here. We've got new Cool Nikki along for the ride. What Cool Nikki?
Damn. Cool Nikki looking hella sus.
Nikki, you are muted. I will just let you know.
Oh, wow.
Wake up. Hello. Muted on Discord.
Oh no!
I'm here!
There we go. Hello, Cool Nikki.
Yes, okay, thank you for addressing me by my full title. That
You're welcome.
means a lot. Makes me feel a bit validated. I'm really hoping that in these epic cool gamer specs that you are able to see my absolute monster of an all-in-one computer. Oh my god, Papa, you're really showing me up here, man. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't have anything to be cool with. I'm sorry, guys.
You have me blushing. I need my Ventolin puff. I'll hold up.
I am out.
You're making me go to act up, Papa.
I'm sorry, man. What can I say? I'm now Cool Papadaka.
Yeah.
Cool Pap is in the house. Come at me, liberals.
This is absolutely fantastic. And you know what else is fantastic? That match that we just got to watch. I'm sitting here. I'm a little bit hungry, but I'm more than glad that we got to sit through that.
Yeah.
And I think that a really big takeaway from the general map pool as a whole and AoE as a whole, like this stage of AAOL, is that the first 2 maps are really going to favor brawl teams. Like the Li Jiang and King's Row have really been favoring that Reinhardt Lucio comp. But after that, if you can get onto something like Rialto or Li Jiang, if you can get that far, you can really start to turn it around with some of those dive compositions. And this kind of rings in my head as very similar to how Shock played the grand finals and the playoffs this season. They're like control hybrid specialists. It's a very similar situation. If you can make it through those first 2 maps, which you're always going to get a shot at the third because it's best of 3, or first to 3, excuse me. But if you can get to there in a decent mental state, there's always a chance for those reverse sweeps like we saw from Hercules. And I think that is really exciting to watch.
Would you say that was a bit of a misplay from Mitosis picking Volsky, which can definitely be run as a dive, because Hanamura, you can't really dive on Hanamura, especially first point. Second point, there is definitely an argument to be made, but first point Hanamura, you really can get that Reinhardt Zarya, and we saw how strong Mitosis was with that Ryan Zar comp. So maybe they felt like they were a bit more comfortable on Volsky, but it did end up biting them when, unfortunately, Hercules managed to cap first point with 6 minutes remaining. That was just wild.
Yeah, I think the call of like maybe a not ideal map pick there, I don't think that's too far off the mark, but I think there's also the question of, are you going to play what you are comfortable with, or are you going to play to thwart the enemy? And I think that playing to your own strengths is definitely the way to go in these kind of situations.
Yeah,
so
especially in tourney settings. In scrims, you want to play the maps that you aren't so comfortable on. So that would be when you'd pull out the Temple of Jornubis, the Volsky Industries, and just practice a bit of the dive, because it did feel like they weren't as comfortable on their feet when it came to that Winston Diva communication. Whereas Hercules, maybe those 2 tanks are friends or played in a team before, but their dives, they were together. I noticed that the Diva DM'd a lot when the Winston went into anything a little bit sketchy on the side of Hercules, so very proud of his plays.
Man, it's so hard to take you seriously when you're looking so handsome.
Oh,
man.
What can I say?
Absolutely phenomenal.
I tell you, it's only thanks to you, my man.
Inspired something.
We've started a cult.
Like this now.
Hit some of these.
I didn't get the glasses hat memo, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man,
Dream.
you're just not cool.
Disappeared.
I scared him off. I'm sorry. Hey, this has been an absolute blast, boys. Thank you for letting me tag along. It was great doing some of the halftime stuff. And we had 2 incredible series. I'm hoping to see the replays for those and the highlights, which of course be on the AAOL Sports YouTube channel. And make sure you join the Discord, Twitter, all that cool.
Do the whole thing. I want to do one more thing. Us 3 have to pick players of the match.
Of course, how could I have been so blind?
Oh, yeah.
Verbally, politely discuss who we're gonna pick, and then I'm gonna disagree with whatever you say, even if I politely agree. No, I'm joking. So let's go just real quick. Let's do SuperNova and Mytheon. If you had to pick a standout player, Oppa, who would you pick from those 2?
For SuperNova, I think I'm looking at Bananas. Bananas was popping off a lot, but also I can't choose between Bananas and Zargo. The aggressive Reinhardt plays really just made dominant performance for them, so I'm picking between one of those 2.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm still laughing at our faces. Anyway,
I'll take that.
My picks would have to be Jazago when he found out he could play Reinhardt and how well he seemed to play Reinhardt. Of course, supports, I will always give credit to support keeping alive a Reinhardt like that, but I got to admit he was the most entertaining for me to watch. Like, will he charge, will he shatter, oh look, he 360 from the high ropes, who knows where this man will come from, and he might be in 2 tons of German steel, but he's the sneaky boy. What can I say? What about? Oh gosh. Okay, let's go into real quick our second match. Match 2. We had Mitosis versus Hercules, with Hercules taking it 3-2 in a surprise upset, I must say. So Oppa, who was she saying? Not so cool, Oppa. What would you say?
I'm giving it all today to ecology. Ecology really just brought that somber difference, and it just made it really hard for Mitosis to follow up. There was really good communication in the hacks on who to dive, and then the EM seemed just so much more precise.
Yeah, I would agree. There was a bit of a somber diff. Sorry, okay, I gotta ignore that because it's making me laugh.
Oh, we're cool up on it. Let's go.
I'll stand completely still.
Please.
Okay, don't move your head an inch, and we got you, man.
No. You're looking cool, boy. Now.
Hey, let's go.
I think that for that second match, I think a lot of the tempo and the timing was made by the tanks. And I feel awful right now. I cannot remember the exact name of the main tank for Hercules.
Hercules?
Hammer.
Hammer? I'm pretty sure that it was Hammer 8, which makes no sense to me because the opposing main tank had a 2000 at the end, and 2000 is obviously greater than 8. So I think that we have actually been lied to here. Maybe we've been a little bit deceived, but I think in all seriousness,
I've been bamboozled, and quite honestly,
quite possibly bamboozled.
Yeah.
This may indeed be the case, but I think in all seriousness, that main tank play was really stellar in setting up the success of those EMPs, and I really enjoyed it. But I think that is going to be it, unless there's any final words, boys.
Yeah, my pick. My pick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cool Pat is gonna pick. I'm probably gonna pick Turtle. Mitosis did end up losing, but I felt like the fights that were won were relied heavily on Turtle's plays. He managed to just be in the right place at the right time when Hammer would jump in. Again, open arms with the shotguns loaded, ready to go, pump some lead, and not in this way. Wait, you can't. Yeah, you can see it. Cool. Anyway, that would be my pick, Turtle, for player of that match specifically. He really did well for his team there.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the diversity in the MVP picks there. It just really shows how tight-knit and not so individualistic these teams are. There is certainly team play going around, and it just creates a whole, more enjoyable Overwatch experience. And that's exactly what we've had tonight. I'd like to thank everyone who tuned in. It was an absolute blast watching these matches, being on air. It's always a great time. Big thank you to Cool Papadaka and Not So Cool Apara. This is a little bit underwhelming that you're not cool. Hopefully next week we'll all be extra spiffy.
I'll make sure I bring some glasses next time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we have to do the seg every time. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, so I think that we are ready to make a bucket of prawns in the sun and go off. So just make sure that we join the Discord. There's our Twitter. The replay and highlights should be on the AAOL Sports YouTube channel. I have been Cool Nikki. With me has been Cool Papadaka and Not So Cool Apara. This has been AAOL Season 11, and we will see you around next week.
Woo.